resetting restream, I'm gonna go ahead and
I've already started
actually
mine.
not. Yeah, I'm gonna not use restream, so I have to pull the stream key for kick real quick.
Okay. I was wanting to know if you wanted to wait on Supervillain or not.
I mean, if you get at him real quick,
Alright.
I can wait because I still have to manually go into OBS and switch up, and the ghetto net needs to be plugged in quick.
Yeah, I messaged on in Signal.
Yeah. Oh wait, shoot. All right, here. Let me.
Oh,
Oh, there he
there he
is.
is.
Damn. Had me running around like a chicken with my head cut off.
Made it.
Trying to. Yeah.
Hello, hello.
Don't you make a joke about it.
What's up, gentlemen?
I'm doing all right.
So.
So I tried posting the playlist for the topic tonight, but the playlist exists, yet it doesn't exist. Like if I try
Interesting.
and right click and share it, it
That's
shows
dog
as it
shit.
non-existing. Yet I can still play it.
Did you have it privated by any chance?
No, this isn't a playlist I made. This is a playlist that's
This is
on
a
YouTube.
China Insider. Oh, that explains it. It's fucking Tencent having their hand up Discord's rear end.
No, on YouTube. Like, let me show you what I do, right? What I'm doing, right?
Remove Discord, insert YouTube's rear end. There you go.
Right, so watch this. All right, so I'm going to back up. You watch it on Discord?
Yeah, it's playing.
I'm watching.
So I right-click,
Joining, but
open a new tab, and I'm just going to open this for shits and giggles. All right, so I've right-clicked and I did this. I opened up in a new tab, and this is what happens.
This playlist does. If it is not in our
it's just
records, it does not exist.
youtube.com/playlist.
Mm-hmm.
You probably can't open it in a separate tab, but if you open the
but
thing directly,
if I select it right here,
China fixed everything.
it works.
yeah, I think that has to do with that's more with YouTube trying to circumvent possible ways of people fighting the ad blocker or spoofing views.
Right, I can still
Go
play the
back.
playlist, but
Do me a favor
Spoofing.
and, head back.
Yeah, go back a tab or
Yeah.
Quick view full playlist.
yeah, that's what I did. Like, so I right tabbed it. And
No,
then
don't open any tab.
No,
open that in the
just
same window.
yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
Oh, that's interesting. I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Supervillain. No.
Can you try hitting on those tabs on those little three buttons right there and bringing up? It doesn't have a share option.
correct.
Yeah.
I can access it. I can play it, but it doesn't
It's
show the
restricted.
playlist. Like I can do
China
this,
fixed everything.
and it still works, and it goes through the list.
It's a restricted
so?
playlist. No, that makes sense. It's a restricted playlist. There was chatter a while back about how YouTube was changing out how shit works on their platform. One of them was the videos will exist on the platform. You just have to know it's there. Otherwise, the algorithm won't even bother recommending it to you or sending it your way or anything like that.
It isn't here. It doesn't show up here, but I can still watch it.
Who made the playlist? Is it his?
It's his. It's his playlist. It exists, yet it doesn't exist. It's one of those weird void playlists.
Okay. You know what? I now know what the title of the stream is gonna be.
I just made my I made my stream. What was it?
I called it the Saturday grab bag.
I called it let's get watching some commie fails.
Yeah. All right, hold on. I gotta do my.
I'm not afraid of China. Fuck them.
Back here. I don't give a fuck about them either. I'm just over here trying to set up and do my two-factor authentication because I have to do a custom.
Let me see if this one.
A custom RTP.
Oh, yeah, no, this one. This one's fine. This one's made by someone else, but we can go ahead and use this one. It's 14 videos long.
That's better than the original.
Yep. And I can just
It's
scroll
shorter
down.
than the original.
Yep.
All right, real quick, let me go ahead. We're gonna expose your chat to some German real quick because I gotta get my lesson done.
Jawohl.
Ah, no, I didn't want to do this later, jackass.
Smooth as sandpaper.
All right, come on, hurry up. This is supposed to be like less than a minute over here. Come on, I don't need the fucking secret agent intro. They literally only ask you 5 questions. Fuck. There we go, clean. What? Okay. Okay, there we go. It's in German, so just bear with me.
Sprechen Sie Dutch?
Uh,
So how you doing, Supervillain?
Spreche kein Deutsch.
Doing.
I hear you.
I believe I mentioned in the group chat, but your boy is employed again.
Yep.
Yeah, congrats.
Trying to figure out where we stopped in the we was cursed and sheet. Oh yeah, no, the PPC.
Oh, not fast. Okay.
Sounds like they're
Let me
planning
know
a
when
robbery.
you're ready.
I bet it's for a top secret.
Yeah, here, I'm gonna just have to plug this in. All right, spy lady, come on, hurry up. I got a lesson to finish here. I don't get the credits if I quit out mid lesson. There we go, claim XP, and I don't need to worry about what the hell we completed.
Yeah, so there's this thing. The Soviet or not the Soviet bomb, but the Russian Badgers. I figured out what the whole light up thing was. Someone
Yeah, he
mentioned
didn't.
it.
You thought it was haunted. It had a freaking lithium battery in it.
Well, no, it's because it was weird because like it didn't say anything about it having a lithium battery, and when I set it down,
on the website it doesn't say anything either.
yeah, when I set it down, it was like perfectly fine. I thought, oh, they must have put some AAAs in it, and open up the back, and none of them AAAs were filled. I was like, oh, this thing's haunted.
That would
Lovely.
have been pretty cool. That would have been pretty fucking cool if they pre-charged the LED to fuck with you.
Well,
That'd be
no,
funny as
that's
all get
what
out.
they did. It came pre-charged, and I'm looking at this thing like,
And what the fuck?
yeah, pretty much. What the fuck? So,
let's see. Let's pop this out. Pop out chat.
all right,
Ta-da!
all right, you watching?
Hold on. Go do one more. Insert that.
Do do do.
Yes.
All right.
Bring that back up. Settings.
I mean, we're making fun of China, so nothing new. This stream is as scuff as always.
Motherfucker, why are you pressing cancel?
We're here to laugh at Winnie the Pooh.
Yes, we're gonna laugh at Winnie the Pooh.
Winnie
We'll
the
point and
Pooh.
laugh.
Winnie the Pooh.
First Sherman! And we're live!
When did
Hit
that,
it!
when did that even start?
Oh, that
I don't
started
know.
back in 2016 because someone on YouTube made the comparison, and that ended up being somehow it evolved and it got to someone on our side pointed it out, and it got viral on the internet. And then when it reached the CCP, they decided, you know, fuck that.
Oh no, you cannot make fun of us.
Exactly.
You don't make fun of the great China.
I'm sure. Fuck's sake.
Hey man, they didn't want to be made fun of. They shouldn't have made it so
Yeah.
easy.
They didn't want to be made fun of. They shouldn't have made tofu dreg.
Yep. All right, we ready?
All right, let's go.
I'm ready.
Run it. Hit it.
Yeah. Faking the floods.
Everything is fake in China. I don't know if you know this, but this is one of my favorite video watch. So this was during COVID lockdowns and they were delivering supplies. What could have been achieved by a single truck moving down the street has to be done by a line of people delivering a bag of goods one at a time, just so they can film this whole thing and put it online for what they call is the quote-unquote positive energy, spreading that around China, brainwashing people.
What else is new?
Him staging a wheelchair.
Staged wheelchair shoot. What the fuck?
Yeah, there's a photographer. Yep.
All right, get the fuck out.
Yep, it's all a facade.
Like, cool, I get my $20
Another
later.
day.
Oh.
Another day in China fakes everything. What it seems to be is a person in a bear
Chinese
suit is
suit
now getting a
denies.
lot of criticism.
Look at
in
the
China
feet.
As
That's a
people
dude in
seem
a
to think
freaking
that
pair
this
of
is not a
skinny
real
jeans and a
bear.
fucking hoodie.
Just take a look at the movement here. To me, it seems okay, but again, like if you can see
Yeah, I
that
see the
That might
skinny
actually be a
jeans and the
sun bear.
freaking hoodie.
What's up?
That might actually be a sun bear.
Yeah, kinda.
looks pretty
Like
unnatural.
when
And
he
just
goes
the
back
head
down on all
movement and
fours, the
everything,
legs
way
don't
they're
look
standing,
like people legs.
seems like it's fake. but
See?
who knows?
Yeah.
But look at this. This is a classic case of tofu drag construction. That is the entirety of
Yo,
that
the word,
top to bottom,
that should not be coming away from the
the
good.
tag.
Oh. Oh, no.
It's getting worse.
Oh,
And this is
no.
after, I believe, a big typhoon.
Look at that. Look how high
and
up they
that's
are.
what happens.
Yep,
So
yep.
you cannot trust a residential
That's the
building
metal framing
that
coming
you
away
live
from the
in
wall.
China to be
You
completely
could not
okay,
pay me
and
to
living in
stay
high-rises
in
might be
China.
very
No
complicated.
amount of money.
China fakes everything.
Oh.
Never.
I'm bringing
China
all
fakes
the
everything.
Flex
This
Seal
is part
over.
3. These are black corn cobs a man bought, but after boiling one, it turns back into regular old yellow corn. And I guess you get free grape juice with it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Knows what they
die.
use to paint the corn black, and corn cobs aren't the only thing that's painted. How about black pigs? Apparently they sell at a higher
Oh,
price if the
fuck's
pig meat
sake.
is from a dark pig. And so they relegate to spray painting now? We're not done yet. Here is a meat vendor putting a red liquid all over
Ew,
the meat,
dude. I don't wanna
preservatives
eat
or additives.
that.
Who knows? All I can say is that nothing is real. How about spraying cardboard so that they weigh more? And so the vendor can make more money per kilogram.
What is the
This
liquid?
is what's happening.
They're just spraying the cardboard so it weighs more for shipping.
Yeah, because the vendor can make more money that way if you sell a higher
Lovely.
weight of cardboard.
When moral declines in a society.
Yeah, that's
China
fucking
fakes
underhanded as
China
all get
fakes
out.
China fakes everything. Part
Make a
4.
thick
I came across this
cardboard,
on the web.
damn.
This man is
Oh.
exposing how some spam meat is made in China.
yogurt.
A piece of chicken breast the size of a quarter.
It's
a bunch
spam-
of
that's-
cornstarch and
yeah.
loads of chemicals. And it turns out just like the spam you see in the store. How about beef balls? They're made with duck
Ew.
heads and blended into a paste.
I'd
Also
rather eat
loaded
the
with
spam at
chemicals
the
and additives.
store.
Oh.
Like, beef balls to me. How about injecting things with
Ew,
mysterious
dude.
This is done to eggplants, cucumbers, chicken, and fish, apparently. Next comes soaking things. Wow, look at that. You get a fully grown apple and cucumber harvest just by dipping them into a beaker full of mystery. Or how about fake donkey intestine?
No.
Marinating a dish using pig uterus and ovaries instead of donkey intestines. As this video shows, they end up with the same color, maybe a similar texture, and
Ugh.
See, the
Yeah.
at the same time, it's like it's organ meat. Just don't think about it as you cooking it.
No
but
thanks.
Come the
Yeah.
fuck on. Just
No.
be honest with your advertising, please.
This lady picked out her lobster, took a fail-safe measure to break off one of the legs,
Guess not
only
allowed
for it
to.
to return with all of the legs intact. Wow. Bait and switch. Come on, it's a damn lobster and you still get lied to. What else? Well, Chinese people love eating hot pot, and one of the dishes they love to eat is called duck blood. This video explores how fake duck blood is made with chemicals. It looks the same to layman's eyes. In this video, he shows the whole process of combining different chemicals to create the color, the shape, and the texture. He says you'd be lucky if you got pig blood instead of duck blood. Look at this. Real duck blood has holes in it like cheese. The fake ones look like jello. That's not healthy. Well, there's more. How about Chinese Heisenberg making beef soup? There's no beef involved and there's no bone soup. Just pure chemical wonderland. Hey, Breaking Bad isn't just exclusive to the US and
Bro, that shit
now,
looks
people
like
may think that additives are everywhere, not just
glue.
in China. Well, you'd be lucky if they tell
Ew.
you it's additives. And you'd be luckier if whatever they say on the label is truly the things that's been added into the product.
China Fix Everything Part 6. Are you sure diamonds made in China are real? This man explains his factory can make
I'm so
5
happy
yuan
I live
diamonds that look,
where I
shines,
live.
and feels like the real ones. Carat for carat, it also passes the testing pen. This is a propaganda
I
shoot
don't
from a
even give
recent
a fuck
snowstorm
about
in China.
the
Instead of clearing
fake-
the road,
they're
letting
just
people
barely
stuck go
throwing
home for the new
snow
year,
up
they had time to
there.
film handing things to the driver. Care to eat some eggplants from China?
Nope.
They get a chemical bath first to keep them fresh for longer. How
No.
about styrofoam houses?
Ew.
Remember at Tofu Dread Construction, a new building used styrofoam with a layer of concrete to build walls. Yes, you can use styrofoam, but not if it crumbles like that. And if it's a large complex in China, it's quite dangerous. Or how about just when you want to pour from a water kettle, it all falls apart. China Fix
Everything Part 7.
What the
This is a gold coin from a local bank. After torching it, the coin turned into a silver color. Gold doesn't lose color like that. Need some patriotic messaging? Well, how about pretending to march in windy Tibetan plateau? Oh look, it's so windy that the grass doesn't even move. Must be a stable camera. Why the heck are they even there in the first place? With riot shields too. How about some Benjamins? Now,
Hey, Mo!
apparently they're made in China. Are they also printed in China, or is this
Oh,
some massive
God.
dollar bill scam? Or how about the real cities in China? These are the pictures you see often used in videos to showcase how beautiful Chinese cities are, but this is the reality, the real China. This is the real Beijing. People live in poverty conditions across China. This is
That
what
shit
many
looks
people
like an
experience
AI
today,
generated
and
video.
that's not the reality. This is China Fakes Everything Part 8. Love me some crab meat for hot pot. Did you like yours piped into crab shells? Unknown white goo is the flavor. I'm sure
Is
it's
that
healthy.
shit
How about
toothpaste?
I don't know. It's like some artificial meat crap that they're pouring into crab shells.
Probably blend
Okay,
up
we're
with
on kick.
something
I'm just gonna
crabby.
go ahead and scream it. Donald Trump, don't trust China! China's asshole!
I mean, I'm on Twitch, so I don't really care.
Oh shit! I got a friend banned. Fuck.
Hey, man, if I get banned on here, I'm just going to start uploading onto Rumble.
That's fine.
That's just the way it is. That's just the way it is. I don't really care.
Napa
Oh,
cabbage.
shit.
In China, they go through ink water wash by the stacks, and those soaking flavors ensure longevity, health, and most importantly, authentic Chinese soil flavors. Love me some gutter water cabbage. And the classic building fiasco in China.
Oh,
tofu bread
God.
buildings, poorly
Oh,
built construction.
hell no.
The stairs are so
Uh-uh.
durable, you can rip off a piece and crush it with your hand. I hear the flavor
Ew,
goes
dear.
really well for your next salad bowl.
On the bright
Or
side,
as
you
they do in this
could
video, crush it by
reenact
stomping on it. That's Chinese tofu dread construction for you. And finally, the star of the show.
you could turn
Chinese
that into like
EVs.
Warzone
They look real on
looking.
the outside.
Oh,
When you
man.
drive it, it goes
What
up
the
in
fuck?
flames. China fakes everything.
Hold on.
They look real
Missed
just
that.
by stomping on it for you. And finally, the star of the show, Chinese EVs. They look real
Oh,
on the
dude,
outside.
those are the
When you
tires.
drive it,
That's
it
the
goes up
underside
in
of the
flames.
entire car.
China fakes everything. China
Fakes
Hey
everything.
guys, the
part
meat's
nine.
ready.
This year, there is the fake fire extinguisher that looks
Hey guys,
the same
the
on
meat's
the
ready.
outside but doesn't put out fires. Along with that, fake fireproof fiberglass. In testing, doesn't last long
Yeah.
and shatters immediately. Pair that
hey.
with some tofu dread construction.
Ah.
You got the perfect
Oh,
building
the
combo.
wall.
How about fake wine? A bottle of this stuff will cure anything or prevent anything from sickness, erectile dysfunction, cancer, sleep problems, cardiovascular issues to
Oh,
the
that's
simple
Chinese traditional.
I
rejuvenation.
press X
The
to
regular-
doubt.
Mm-hmm. What were you saying, Supervillain?
I was just saying that's just Chinese traditional medicine, quote.
Oh, yeah. The
Yeah,
rhino
quote
horn.
unquote. It fixes.
Yep.
It fixes everything.
I heard that they actually
Everything.
a while back started painting the rhino horns pink with a specialized dye. It essentially ruins them.
Oh,
It
well,
keeps
shit, what else is
it'll
there?
prevent the rhinos from getting killed, but yeah, it ruins the horn's
Oh.
the quote unquote medicinal properties as well as make it unvaluable.
yeah.
Yep.
I was gonna say like I got something that'll actually fix all your ails and problems. It's called tequila. If
Mm.
this don't fix
One,
it, we're gonna have to upgrade you to moonshine.
yep, 154 proof,
$7
baby.
And the gift bottle cost
Look, a nice glass of scotch doesn't solve your problems.
And turns
It
out
should've.
it's just peppermint extract.
Are
How
you
about
shitting
a
me?
bot troll army? These bot accounts on Twitter and other social media, they're run by Chinese police and prison camps. But they're also run by private owners using hundreds of cheap chips. As well as my favorite delicious vegetables soaked in all sorts of liquids and chemicals, including muddy water, random foam wash, and of course we can't forget injecting chicken with some sort of a liquid. Might be water if we're lucky. China fixes
Ew,
everything.
dude.
China Fix Everything Part 9.
Oh, stop
China
that.
Fix Everything Part 10. Do you like sausages? Well, I did.
They don't want
These
you to
are
see the
called
truth.
starch sausages. They're fried. Yes, it's a ham sausage look-alike consisting mostly of starch, some meat, loads of chemicals. Well, they just replaced the meat part with ground-up bones, which is a pet feed in China. Oh, my childhood, it's destroyed. And that's literally what I ate after school every day. I guess Chinese people just now eat like dogs too. How about a famous dish involving pork belly? Instead, it's made with a cut of pork around the neck, usually discarded by the butcher. It contains pork lymph nodes, thyroid, and lipoma. Or how do you like your Chinese kimchi? Dirty, muddy, how about both? And how about some delicious fly-flavored veggie rolls? Yummy. How can we forget about
What
fake
the
bronze
fuck,
ware
bro?
and crafts?
Look, hey man, just because Snowpiercer is a damn thing and they had protein blocks made out of fucking cockroaches does not mean I want to live Snowpiercer. The fuck's
No.
wrong with you?
Everything is wrong with them.
See, we stopped doing this shit back in the 1920s.
But don't get me
We
wrong.
started
I eat the
having what they
cartilage
call standards.
Yep.
Having quality
I eat
control.
the cartilage. Well, you see, here's like me growing up the way I did with a Hispanic family. I eat the cartilage off the bone because it's the best part. If I could
Oh,
figure
yeah.
out how to get to the marrow, I would do that too, because
Oh,
that's
marrow's
even
delicious.
even more delicious. Yeah.
Like, here's the thing though, like when you do that, again, I'm guessing
Yeah.
that cartilage right next to the bone that was cooked for a long ass time.
Oh,
in like
yeah.
a braise
Oh
or
yeah,
something
it
like
is
that.
fucking chewy and
then
delicious.
it's
It's got all the
jello.
flavor from the fat.
Yep.
Yeah, it turns to jello. It coats your mouth.
Yeah.
It's delicious. Kind of sticky.
Yes, sir.
Not a ground up bone
No.
No,
No.
it's not ground up bone.
or flies.
No.
I
Oh.
wouldn't feed that shit to my worst enemy.
Like, I am
That'd be
sure that
disrespectful.
give me some marinade, some seasoning, and a few pots and pans, and I can figure out how to make that cut from the neck of the pig delicious. I might have to do a lot of trimming to get the
Oh yeah.
the weird bits out of it, the things that you don't actually want to eat. But any piece of meat can probably be made to be very good, and most pieces of organ meat can, except kidneys. Fuck kidneys.
Wrap it. I would say wrap it in a cheesecloth, and then first dunk it in a marinade, wrap it in a cheesecloth, sit it back in said marinade. Eventually, the stuff that you want to get rid of would filter out through the cheesecloth or stick to it, and when you pull it off, you got nothing but meat.
Yeah,
Yep.
I just never found a good way to cook kidney that doesn't
So-
taste like ammonia.
Yeah, well, I think I've had kidney actually. I've also had tripe, and I've had what was it? Intestine. You know, tripe is intestines.
Yeah. Well,
So I've had tripe. I've had kidney.
Intestine would be
I had liver.
chitlins.
Pork liver. Yeah, pork liver is actually very interesting compared to beef liver.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
liver
the,
from
the same, you
pork
get the
and-
same earthy consistency.
Yeah, liver from beef, pork, and lamb is all good. Heart can be good. Tongue is delicious.
Mm-hmm. Can't
Tripe
confirm.
is good. Chitlins, it depends on if it's the upper or lower chitlin. Lower chitlin is
Look, I know people that swear by the chitlins, so I'm not gonna speak on it.
fair enough.
But I've had tripe, and if the tripe was delicious growing up, I've got fond memories of tripe. I gotta at least try the chitlins once.
My family permanently does all the base stuff like roasts, ribs, all that fun stuff. But we're also a family that invested in a very, very nice smoker too. So
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
So, and my dad does like a, what is it, a pot roast almost every day with all, like we went to a pig farmer and got half a pig. It was pricey,
Hell yeah,
but
man.
we filled up an ice box with nothing but that, and at least once a week he has some sort of pot roast, and it is good.
I was gonna say my neighbor that you met on the last mission church.
Yeah.
I helped them cut up a hog the last year,
Mm-hmm.
and we ended up getting enough meat to fill 2 coolers. We had pork loin, ribs, tenderloin. We had, what else was there? We had the fat, the whole slabs of fat that came off the meat as we were processing that could that later on could have been rendered into a butter if we wanted to, or just used for
unrendered lard.
yeah, or just unrendered lard. Exactly.
My
And you could just use it as a seasoning or for cooking up the other meat and making it softer. You
so
had flanks, you had cheek, you had holy smokes! There was so much. There was so much meat we didn't know what to do with it, and we ended up taking the the meat chucks and turning that into morning sausage.
oh, I tell you,
Yeah, and then
I think I told you about what my mom did on Thanksgiving for our Thanksgiving turkey, right?
no, you have to fill me in on that one. Let's
So
make the chat hungry.
she decided something spectacular. She took the turkey, right, and she put it in the
Right,
smoker.
right,
But she didn't stop there. She took all the juices and such that fell off the turkey. She took all that
right.
and then made a smoked turkey gravy with it.
Nice.
And it was rich. Oh man. Like even if you didn't have any of the turkey, you tasted the turkey. And the smell stayed in the storeroom where we had the smoker for a week and a half.
Oh hell yeah, man!
So every time you walked in, there was like, oh, it's a good day. All right. Anyways, back
I'd
to
be
the
like, I got
Chinese
to
shit.
smell something delicious. Yeah, sorry, we needed the palate cleanser after seeing
Yeah.
all the fake meat.
Oh, it's probably going to get so much worse. Here we go.
Most
These look
assuredly.
just like the real artifacts at the Met Museum. They make them cheap too. If you'd like to support my video considering checking out my sponsor, Blueberry Creative, I recommend this Derma Roller face mask, which China Fix,
Yep. Oh,
China Fix Everything Part 10. Do you like sausages?
oh, stop it.
China Fix Everything Part 11. You like shopping on Temu? This man did. His charger is now married to the outlet. And does that chip spy on you? Xiaomi's new EV claims they have an anti-hand crushing feature. Xiaomi's new EV married to the outlet. And does that chip spy on you?
No, they don't.
Xiaomi's new EV claims they have an anti-hand crushing feature, so people tested it themselves, and it turns out to work. And not just one EV makers, all of them seem to have
It's
this
called
problem.
the car company is called
Don't crush your
Xiaomi.
hands. A boy and another man already did it to themselves.
More like
How about some
Scam
nice
Me.
carrots? After some dirt and chemical marinade, they now look farm fresh and
Ew,
organic.
dude.
And how did Chinese people deal with the flood? Well, apparently through poorly made
Just throw
flood walls
salt
that can
on
be
it,
picked
bro.
apart by
That's
hand.
literally what my
And finally,
people do.
check
We
with
bury the
goats. And how
fucking
did
thing in
Chinese people deal
salt.
with the flood? Well, apparently through poorly made flood walls that can be picked apart by hand. And finally, check your gold nuggets amidst rising gold prices. If they're from China, make sure they aren't just some regular old iron. China Fakes Everything.
China Fakes Everything Part 12. Ever run out of flour to make bread? Not in China. Run to your nearest wall and harvest fresh flour. They're vegan, called tofu dry construction. Or is it tofu powder?
这个加上这个，
Man.
How about buying a Chinese EV? You're actually buying a combustion engine. Did you know that? Look at this one. Yep, they go up in flames a
Bro,
lot.
what the
How about a
fuck? That's got-
month-old cooked rice that
It's
doesn't go
hey,
bad?
hey,
It's like there's
hold on,
some
go
sort
back,
of
go back, go
impossible
back, go
chemical
back.
involved. How about buying a Chinese EV?
Go back
You're
to the
actually
EV
buying
that
a
was on fire.
combustion engine. Did
Look,
you
it's
know
the
that?
fucking
Look at
Ghost
this
Rider taking over the car.
one. Yep, they go up in flames a lot. How about a month-old cooked rice that doesn't go bad? Almost like there's some sort of impossible chemical involved. That can't be right.
Oh, I
So in
know
my
what that
comments-
is. We sell that here too. It's called minute rice.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking might as well just be eating plastic fucking pellets. No,
China's
I'm
perfect.
serious, man. Like
The rice feels like styrofoam.
we actually
and
have that as our. We have that at work for
Mhm.
emergency situations. Like, say the hurricane fucking hit and destroyed everything, and my stupid ass has to be in station because observing the damage from the hurricane.
Yeah.
If I don't make sure to bring extra food with me, I'm gonna be eating out of the fucking minute rice box. Last I checked, that shit tastes horrible from what everyone tells me.
Essentially, it's like eating styrofoam,
But
my
it's-
friend.
But it's actual rice. Like they just did something to it. In this case, though, this is actual plastic pellets from what I'm seeing.
Crack monkeys, huh, Braden? I say how it is. Feel free to hop in and add your own commentary on the fails of the Chinese Communist Party.
probably tastes like
Holy shit, is
ice
that deep,
technology.
Brayden?
The CCP wants to roll out fake combat capabilities in their military, yet they have their soldiers spend hours perfecting the art of folding blocks of blankets. I mean, why not? Since their commanders are busy with girls and pocketing money, what else is there to do? China
Pretty much.
fakes everything part 13. Let's all just pretend for a
Fight
second that
Club.
we're
Fight Club.
incompetent.
Give those soldiers a fucking Fight Club.
Oh, this is
Just pretend for a second that we're incompetent and can't do math. This man goes to the gas station, he fills up, he noticed something was off, so he got a measuring flask, and it turns out the 1 liter only measures up to 700 milliliters. Relevant authority says that this is the national standards. How about a $1.4 million apartment in China? Well, your party better not turn physical, otherwise your wall might just snap on you. This is a piece of wall that's filled with styrofoam. In a $1.4 million place, they're still using styrofoam. The better question for me is, why does
All right, everybody say it with me now. Mosh pit. Mosh
Mosh
pit.
pit.
Mosh
Mosh
pit.
pit.
Mosh pit.
Oh, what you
I'm
do?
not
No,
gonna
no,
be
no, no,
around
no,
for
no.
much longer.
What you do is this is where you film your Hollywood studio movie. You grab the guy who's in the a
Exactly.
villain costume and you throw him into the wall to make it look like it's really. This is what you do on a budget. This is what you do on a budget.
It's a superhero movie.
Budget superhero movie. Just go to China for a
We're
month.
gonna make Chinese Bollywood.
the wall break
Chinese
after you
Bollywood
punch
films.
once?
Hell
And
yeah.
also, remember the Su-7 EV
Oh,
from
no.
Xiaomi, right? Well, the founder promises that there's a 12-year anti-corrosive paint coat.
Hello.
Hello.
There he
We've
is.
got us a Timu dwarf and a Timu Mexican.
Absolutely.
There you go. Currently trying to get trying to fix something while we're watching this. Oh, there's the freaking screwdriver I was looking for.
All right. How you doing, Braden?
Yeah, you know, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Enjoying the show? There I go. I finally got that out. Now I can clean out the plastic bits.
So nothing new out of China. If they're not ripping everything off, they're making everything poorly.
Well, I mean, I already told you about the what was it here? I'm gonna Google it real quick. The fuck was it called? I'm probably gonna put on a watch list for Googling it, but whatever. I don't give a fuck. Shandong. Hey, look, they picked the names, not me. J42.
Oh, God.
Let's see. Hold on.
Oh, that thing. Isn't it the retard plane that needs 3 fucking engines to fly? Because
No.
haven't
That's
made
not the
efficient turbofans yet.
plane. That's the White Emperor.
Right.
This is the Chinese took the fuselage and then called it their version of their superiority fighter.
What's it called?
Ah.
For context, so
The
everyone...
Shandong J42 or J45. J45. Look up J45.
Hold, please.
Yeah, just put J45.
45 plane. What the fuck? Wait, which one is it?
Hold on.
I'm looking. I
Scroll
don't
down
see
some.
it.
I see a J20 and a J10.
So do I just type in Chinese?
There was an article that apparently
I don't know
so
if it's called
look up yeah Chinese J45 plane. You had it right. Chinese.
Chinese.
I'm not seeing a
What the
J45.
fuck?
I'm seeing a J35. Is that what you meant?
It's supposed to be a retarded-looking version of the F-22. That's all I know.
Yeah, I see. It's the
Yeah,
It's
it's the
J35.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there was
the Timu twin-engine F-35.
Yeah, look. So on the bottom right, there it is. Below that one.
Yep.
This one.
So
You got real
all the way
quiet.
on the far right. Okay, so from where you were on the far right, there's three of them. There's a whole line of them on a runway.
Yeah, right here.
Keep going over. 2 more.
Wait,
Yeah.
why is
So if you take a close look, and pay attention.
wait? What the? What?
Exactly. I told you. They
Why does
fucking
it look?
elongated the fuselage and they added
What?
fucking canards and shit that didn't
It
need to be
looks like
there.
it's made by AI.
Some of
Yeah.
these do. Oh, by the way, very briefly in
But
the
it flies.
chat,
What's up?
Also,
someone was trying to claim that this was a shot down F-35 in a shot down Israeli F-35 in
I call bullshit.
the Middle East. Look at the plane. Look at it longer.
Wait, where's it at? Where'd you put it
In
at?
the side chat.
The channel for General VCS.
I don't see it.
Little
I have it
oh.
pulled up.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
No, that's bullshit. That's not an F-35.
That's not a plane. Or, well, look at the image a little bit longer there, Cam. Tell me what you noticed after a second.
There's no fucking plane. There's no F-35 that has that symbol on the fuselage.
No, that's the Israeli Air Force symbol. They do operate F-35s. They call them the Adir. But do you notice something about that image? Do you know something about that logo?
That's a Star David, but
it's not rendered correctly, and it looks like it got photoshopped on.
Yes, because the roundel for the Israeli Air Force is a deep blue Star of David on a white roundel.
Yeah.
It does not have black outlining and no crash.
Photoshopped, yeah.
It's very photoshopped. I don't have the analysis anymore, but one of my buddies on another server did an analysis on this. This has been photoshopped to hell and back. For instance, that trapezoidal rudder up there is out of line with the cockpit.
Yeah,
and
it looks
there
backwards.
is no currently. Yes, it does. There's no.
It made this shit look like an X-wing.
Also, where's the wing root?
There isn't.
I can accept that the wing got shot off, but where's the wing root?
Yeah, where's the mount for where the wing's supposed to go?
Also, where's the crater? This is a crash.
Wait
Where's
a minute.
The crater?
Yep.
This has only got one set.
slide
It's only
tree?
got one location where an engine's supposed to be. It's missing an entire secondary section where the second engine's supposed to
No,
be.
F-35 is single.
It is?
The F-35 is a single engine, but there is supposed to be a cavity in the belly where the
I'm an idiot.
turboprop fan can go into vertical takeoff is supposed to be.
Yeah, but the
that engine.
That yeah, oh god, this is all kinds of fucked up.
Yep. Look at the exhaust nozzle.
That
It's
exhaust nozzle is
glowing.
far too big. Yeah, exactly. It's not
I've
supposed to
seen
do
more
that.
rutting in the ground done with my lawnmower
Yeah.
after a rainy day.
I could
Mm-hmm.
leave deeper tracks in my freaking hybrid, bro.
Also, look at the nose cone. What's a distinctive characteristic of the F-35's nose cone?
It's
That
not
looks like
pointed.
an
I'll give you that.
F-16 nose, actually.
Yeah.
That
What's
looks
your
like an
F-15 nose?
F-16 nose.
And the
with an
cockpit looks like an
F-16
F-15
canopy.
also.
No, cockpit's F-35. F-35 has the solid back of its canopy.
Oh.
F-15 and F-16 both have 360-degree glass cockpits.
Right. That's why the canopy looks like an F-16.
What the?
I
But
kind
that
of
is
work
not.
on the navigation
This
system
is
on it.
this is so comedically bad. It's not even funny.
Yeah, someone was trying to pass that off as a shot down F-35, and that is in no uncertain terms nothing alike.
So for
They tried to Photoshop and they made it look like an X-wing. I would not buy this for $1. Find that man, kick his ass, bury him 6 feet under.
Yeah, you're right.
See if he digs his way out.
Look
and
at
then
that
ask him
image
if he
right
learned
there.
his
See how
lesson.
it's got that
If he didn't, we bury him.
flattened leading edge to the nose cone. That's part of its radar stealth stuff. You can see it in the takeoff image from the carrier deck next to it better. If you see how it has that solid line leading from the intake.
But when you're looking at
angulars.
the rudder, the rudder there, it looks like it's directly in the straight line behind the cockpit, and it's not supposed to be there.
Yep.
Nope.
Hang on. Let's see if
They are
there's
some of the
one.
best and brightest.
Let's see if there's a better image from the same angle. It's kind of similar. Let's see if there's.
Yeah, but you notice how the
Yeah, look
water
at this
in
one's
that
even
image
better.
looks
Like
trapezoidal.
hang on.
Yeah.
Where? There we go. And shift it over to here.
Yep. Yep. It gets worse the
That's
longer you look at it. It still ain't right.
Nope.
It looks inverted, is what it does. It looks like it's been turned around.
That's completely wrong.
Yep.
If you look at the back, the angle looks like it's sliding down to the right where it should be sliding down to the left.
It does.
Yep. And there's no place to put a wing.
Like this looks like the cheapest AI's rendition of what an American fighter plane looks like.
Yep.
Like I don't think
bullshit.
I don't think even Grok could make one that bad.
Matt, did your AI girlfriend make this?
Yep. Yeah, this is a good bit of funny. I thought I'd spread.
Someone tell that man, nice try, but you failed, retard.
I'm number one.
China number one.
China number one. But yeah, no, that is awful. What the?
So I was earlier today. I was in a call with some buddies, and 4 of us spent 30 minutes going through every active and recently active fighter jet looking for one that has a rudder that looks like that.
I can't think of any.
There aren't any. And there are a couple of dual rudder planes that look similar, but our best guess was that this was probably supposed to be an F-16.
I have seen that, but I don't remember from what.
And see, the other thing that I'm noticing is if you ever look at the F-35 when it's taking off vertically, the whole thrust nozzle in the rear comes down.
Yep.
This doesn't have to. This is a solid piece.
Yeah, that exhaust nozzle cannot rotate.
No, it cannot. It cannot move 90 degrees down.
Nope. It looks like a backwards F-18, kind of. Like a backwards F-18 rudder, kind of.
It does, actually, yeah.
Yep, it's all kinds of
Almost.
fucked up.
Because if you... Alright, so if you think of it as a backwards one and then think that it's supposed to be that shape, just pointed in reverse instead of a trapezoid with both vertical sides coming in, then it kind of looks like an F-18 rudder.
Well, here, hang on. Let's see now.
Also, I love those Buccaneer liveries on it.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
It's almost that.
No,
this is obviously
canopy's
not
off.
an F-18.
Well, no, we're
canopy's
talking about
full.
the tail. We're talking about the tail.
Because we're just trying to right now.
Yeah,
think
but the
about where
tail
elements
still
came from.
slopes down
Yeah.
to the left, and this one is still sloping to the right.
Well, it's also entirely backwards, too.
Yeah, if you think of it as a backwards tail that some AI kind of mashed up from airplane bits, it kind of works. Obviously,
But
the
even then,
exhaust nozzle's just utter work of fabrication. Like, you can see where, like, pixels of it are sliding
Yeah,
in the fuselage.
it's hurting my head the longer I'm looking at this thing, dude.
Let's go back to watching the
Chinese
tofu
stuff.
drag.
Yep. My head's hurting looking at that shit.
Yeah, you get a headache the longer you try to make it make sense.
Because I'm trying to make it aerodynamically make sense, and it is not.
it's not going to, my man. Your brain will shut down before it ever makes it work.
I have not seasoned myself enough for this. Ugh. All right,
Yep.
back to the
There's not
tofu.
enough seasoning.
Back to the tofu drag.
Oh yeah, I found it. It was the J30. What was it? The Shenyang J35A. The bottom of it looks like an elongated F-22.
Yeah.
What was it? A J35.
Shenyang J35A.
Yep.
Look at the bottom of the fuselage. It looks like an elongated F-22.
But with the air intake of a hold on. It's got the air intake of a
What the fuck?
F-35.
Look, right there, right there, right there. The first image on the suggested down there on the bottom. No. The image you're looking at, right?
Uh-huh.
That one, yeah. Click on it.
It does.
Tell me that doesn't look like an elongated F-22.
That's exact. So no. Look at the intakes though. Look at the air intakes. Those are F-35 air intakes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, we know the Russians and the Chinese both have tried to build their version of the F-22.
And they just can't figure
And
it
it
out.
fucking sucks.
I mean,
Oh, that's because they lack the technology for all kinds of shit.
Apparently, they
No,
lack the technology to not use wood screws in their construction.
Well, I
Yeah.
mean,
And then there's also the what
fix
was it?
stupid. You can only duct tape it for a little while.
Yep.
Yeah.
And of
You've
course,
also got
all they have is the
the,
Chinese knockoff duct tape, so it's called duct tape.
Dong tape.
Dong tape.
Dong tape.
Oh. Hey, I'm a retard.
The Flex Seal, they have Flesh Seal. You gotta use part of yourself though.
What's up?
Or don't work right.
Long duck dong tape.
I know where I've seen trapezoidal rudders before.
What's
the
up?
F-22 has trapezoidal rudders.
Yeah, so it's just more to the point that the fucking thing is just a mishmash of different planes that an AI put together.
Yeah, you can see on that top view there.
I don't know if AI
Yeah.
put it together or if somebody from Iran put it together trying to fool people.
Maybe?
Could be
I
both.
don't know.
I mean, because it's propaganda.
Better column A,
They've
better
got
column
to.
B.
They've got to
Bottom
come out and say, "Hey,
first
we
from the
did
left.
this
Bottom
thing
first from the
because
left.
you know."
Bottom first from the
Top
left.
view of the... Yeah, one over? Yep, that one. That one. You can see it
Because
real easy there.
Israeli
Yep.
strikes into Iran were too good, so Iran's got to come back saying something, or they look like little bitches.
I mean, they already do, so, they're not
do.
saving face on that front.
We will retaliate. The fuck you will.
Now, yes, the F-22 does slope back in the back, but it also slopes back forward in the front.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's what I was saying. It's a trapezoidal... it's the one place I've seen a trapezoidal rudder. I don't expect to see that on anything else, because the F-22 is kind of a strange plane.
Y'all wanna
good
know
way.
something funny though?
You had
Y'all know something really
tamales
funny?
and you didn't give us any, you rat bastard.
I said funny, not disrespectful.
Oh, okay.
The F-22, right? The technology and everything that went into making the F-22 and have it given it its first maiden flight so it could show off to the world, or show off to the military, was made before Google became a fucking thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
This is technology from the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, because the
And the-
F-118.
Yeah,
F-117.
and the motherfuckers still, 50 years later, can't seem to figure out how to get this shit right.
They never
Well,
will.
with as many hacks into our computer systems that the Chinese have done, you'd figure they'd gotten something by now.
It's whatever they got's not fucking enough. They don't know what they're doing still.
They're also under the
they make it longer, make it bigger, put more engines in it, put more intakes in it.
They also suffer
what it
from
is.
chronic government corruption.
Well, there's that too, but they have a problem
That too.
that they don't understand because it's English, not English.
English.
So they're having a problem with the letter R.
Damn.
Oh,
I'll be right
God,
back.
Did I just go racist?
Nah, you're fine. I'm
matter.
trying to get canceled on Twitch,
no.
so all good here.
No done racismos.
I'll be right back.
Hold on, you want to talk about racism real quick? Hold on, let's talk about the fact that we've got motherfuckers in my hometown ain't from Mexico, claim to be from Mexico or claim to be Mexican descendant, but then they are whiter than white on rice
Well, if
and
you
are
ever
waving
see
Mexican
me,
flags, claiming that California belongs to Mexico, and I'm over here like, you motherfuckers better stop using my people as a political fucking football. That shit ain't funny no more.
If you ever came into my
I
stream
mean,
and watched me play BattleTech, you would look at me and go, "Damn, that's an old white boy."
see, here's the thing.
Now
Here's the thing.
you know what's even more funnier about that?
What's up?
I'm not supposed to exist.
Oh,
I was actually illegal to
ah,
exist because my grandmother and my grandmother came in from Mexico in the late 1920s, early 1930s, met my grandfather, and they got married. He's a white boy,
right,
she's Mexican. Interracial
right.
marriages were no. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Get to
Yep,
the 1960s. My mom and my dad. My mom's a white German French girl, and my dad is half Mexican, half white. So I'm quarter Mexican. They were married. Well, that's an international or interracial marriage before the 1965 civil rights stuff was done. So technically, I wasn't allowed to exist when I was born because I wasn't legal.
you're double illegal.
But I'm white as people go, damn, Chuck, you're white. I'm like, yeah, let me lay my ass out in the sun. Let me show you how quickly I can tan.
Yeah.
I can get that good dark brown Hispanic. I can get that. I
Suddenly the
will
genetics
burn.
activate.
Yeah, exactly. Genetics
Oh
actor.
man.
I get that one burn in the summer. Get that first summer burn. I won't burn the rest of the summer. Don't matter how long I stay out. I won't burn. I'll just get darker.
Yeah. Uh,
You know
but
what
yeah,
I'm
that shit's
talking
funny.
about.
Oh yeah, definitely. Because me, I just stand out there for a couple hours and I get a nice bronze going, and that's it.
Yeah,
I just look
I
like I
get that
walked out of a
first
painting.
burn. I get the first burn and the skin peels off and everything, and then boop, I start darkening up the longer I'm in the sun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was gonna say, but yeah, I think that shit's funny. And then of course, the actual Hispanics are looking at everybody like, so I'll sell you 5 flags for $15. Because
Well,
black people never miss an opportunity to sell shit.
well, see, that's the thing that the Democrats are missing the point on. I was watching, I don't remember who it was watching, but they brought up CNN, and the old boy from CNN said, in the 2020 election, legal immigrants voted for Biden by plus 32%. As of right now, the legal immigrants that vote are at Trump by plus 8. There is a 40-point swing to Trump
Yeah,
for legal immigrants because they see this as a slap to the face because
yeah.
they took the time to legally immigrate, pay all the fees, pay all the everything they had to do, wait the years they had to do, get vetted at, come in, take the test, to become a legal American citizen,
Meanwhile,
and
the
they
dude
feel
next
like
door
they're
just
being
comes in and
insulted. And these motherfuckers are line hopping and they're like, oh no, fuck that.
No, my father's the same way about that.
Mm-hmm.
Not from
get your
Mexico
ass
around
back
back. He's
over
Puerto
there.
I'm all for immigration. All
Yeah.
I ask is do it the legal way.
Same.
That's all I
Yeah.
ask.
Yeah,
Yep.
Come here.
that's what we
become
have the
American.
paperwork for. Shit, if I became an
Please,
engineer,
come
guess where's if I became an engineer, guess where's one place that would be more than happy to have me if I did the legal paperwork.
Mm-hmm.
Any country outside the United States?
Yep.
Yep.
Because
Well,
everybody
yeah, that
outside
too,
the
but
United
like
States
there's
would be desperate for good engineers.
yeah, I was gonna say Japan will do priority one expedited application if they find out you're a engineer with like experience under his belt.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
They'll be like, "Oh shit, you want to come live here? You want to work for us? Fuck yeah, get in line, hurry up. Well, we'll boost you to the front of the line. Hurry up, get over here."
Like India.
Like they've even started opening up cash incentives.
Like India, to when Dell moved its call center to India, you had to have a 4-year CS degree to be tech support for Dell computers.
Mm-hmm.
I was tech support for
Damn,
Dell
son.
computers for a while. You know what my you know how much CS degree I had?
Not much.
Nothing.
Next to
because
nothing.
I started building fucking computers in 1984. I was in the building I was in. I was
Yeah, before the
only
CS
person-
degree became a necessity. Exactly.
our building had 500 people in it, all doing tech support for all the computers, for parts of Dell. I was the only person in that building, including all the supervisors, including all the fucking bigwigs, include everybody. I was the only person in that building who could actually troubleshoot a 386 because I was the only person who knew what the fuck it was.
Yeah.
They're like, a 386? What the hell is that? Oh, dear
If you
Lord.
know, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, you sweet summer child! If only you knew.
And the guy,
That's like
well, the guy's
what?
software for his system, his business, was all simple DOS based. That's all he needed was a 386, and I finally worked with him and we got him set up. I said, look, here's what we can do. You can still run the system. We can set it up, still run it on DOS, okay? And I will walk you through how to set up your hard drive, but we're going to set you up on a Pentium 1.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's but it'd be easier for people to help you work because nobody here knows what the hell a 386 is. I'm the only person in this building of hundreds of people, only because I built these things. And it ended up happening. It's just the system was old and worn out and just died. I mean, because the system at that time, I think it was like 17 years old. It just died.
Right. Damn, son.
All right, we ready?
I'm ready.
All right, let's
I'm
watch.
ready.
Let's watch more commie fails.
Well, this man
Yeah.
is cursing the CEO of Xiaomi after he just received the car for
What
2 to 3 days,
communism?
and
What?
the paint is already peeling off.
Yeah.
And after you punch it with an EV from Xiaomi,
West
right? Well, the
Taiwanese
founder
fails.
promises that there's a 12-year anti-corrosive paint coat on the outer body. Well, this
Well,
man
isn't
is
Taiwan
cursing the
its own
CEO of
country?
Xiaomi after he just received the car
Yes.
for 2 to 3 days.
Yes.
And the
Yes.
paint is
Okay,
already
West
peeling off.
Taiwan is
I guess it's more like a 1 to 2
Imposter here.
rogue mainland territories.
days anti-corrosive paint, just enough time to get it out of the factory into the buyer's hand. China fakes everything, part 14. This man got a Temu package and it reads quality does not meet standard. I guess the seller on Temu really thought that Westerners couldn't read Chinese, so they shipped it out anyways. China's version of the Japanese shine muscat grapes is to dunk unripe grapes into a cup full of chemicals and they turn big and ripe. This Chinese variety doesn't taste good unless it's soaked. Now we're back with more Xiaomi SU7 EV. The side panel is coming off on new cars after Xiaomi claims it's an aerodynamic feature. Well, I guess dang
What the fuck? It's not.
Watch.
parts are also part of this cheap Porsche ripoff. So aerodynamic. Also, you can use voice command outside of the car to open
That's
trunks.
a fucking Yugo.
For those who don't know, those who don't know. Fucking Yugos back in the 80s, they were held together by plastic clips. I shit you not.
Oh man.
Fuck's sake, man.
I mean, the heaviest the car weighed was like maybe 1,500 pounds. And that's with people in it.
Oh man, that's funny.
Fucking, they were, you know, if it ever got into an accident, you took it, they just went in there, popped off the clips, boop, 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 took whatever piece off and slapped a new one in and just popped in a new clip.
That's fucking wild. What?
It was a Yugo. It was a Yugoslavian import. This was before Russia collapsed, and Yugoslavia's, you know, split up into, you know, all the different countries it is today.
Yeah.
But it was their foot out into the world in the automotive industry. I mean, they were cheap as hell, and people bought them up, and then they realized they were shit.
Hindsight, huh?
Well, you know the saying: you get what you paid for.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure.
I don't know, like how much I paid for.
Also, you can use voice
Damn.
command outside of the car to open trunks. Well, China has truly achieved theft superiority. How do you like manual processed chicken feet? Well, this one gives you the China flavor of people's saliva. And there's the rat-infested sun-dried snacks and formaldehyde-soaked veggies and meat. Classic China. China
Man, that's about it for this one.
Yeah, no, I would not eat any of that shit. Leave me the fuck out of it, please.
No, no. Homie
You
passes.
couldn't pay me enough to eat that.
All right, let's do.
Look,
Shit, there's places in Mexico. that don't
if
eat
it
that
comes
shit
down
like
to
that.
it, it's. I would rather go eat at those sketchy places in Mexico where I could get sick from eating the food. At least I know what the fuck I'm dealing with. One or two antibiotics and we'll be good.
In Juarez, okay, you go across the main strip. You go down the bridge into downtown Juarez from downtown El Paso. Go down across the bridge into Juarez. You go across that bridge. You go down 3 streets. You go down an alley
Classic China.
to the right.
China
You
fake-
go down 3 streets down an alley on the left. There's this little hole in the wall dive place.
Oh,
And
hell
this
yes.
lady
Those are the
made
best.
the best fucking tacos, and it was the only place you could eat in Juarez and not get the shit. And she was the sweetest old lady ever. She was so nice.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And of course, we'd always go there and eat before we'd go down to the bars and get plastic. Because, well, you want to have something on your stomach when you start drinking Coronas.
Hell yeah.
Oh man.
Buy a bucket of Coronas, is, you know, six or 8 in a bucket. You know, it was like $5-6. You know, you buy a bucket, and then your buddy buys a bucket, and then somebody else. And by the time and then you get done drinking, you're drunk, you're stumbling and bumbling. All the kids are going chiclet. And you're like, no. But then you got to walk back across the bridge, and the bridge is just over a mile long. Okay, to come back into the States. And then you got to wait in line for customs. And whatever you do not ever come across the line drunk. And when custom asks you, are you American, do not ever go, what the fuck do you think?
Never do that.
Yeah, that's going to get you in trouble.
Never do that shit, because you will spend the next 5 hours.
Like, huh?
You'll spend the next 5 hours getting the border control colonoscopy.
Yeah, that guardsman is going to be looking at you like,
how would I
you look
know?
like Mexican to me. Hey, this one's suspicious. Get his ass in the fucking tank.
I wouldn't know anything about this because, you know, I'm pure and innocent. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Sure. So are we.
For sure.
I missed out going to Chico's Tacos that night. I was so mad.
Mm.
Because after we'd come back across, we'd all head to Chico's and then just eat ourselves stupid of Chico's, and then we'd all go home.
Good memories, huh?
I found something funny just now.
Oh man, them were the '80s, dude. The '80s were a fucking wild time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
It's before my time.
What were you saying, Ken?
Found something funny. Habitual line crosser took I found something funny. Habitual line crosser took a photo of himself wearing habitual line cross. Habitual line crosser took a photo of himself wearing Angry Cop Stetson with Angry Cop looking right at him. And the post that he put, I'm a drill sergeant, right?
Oh, that's hilarious. That's hilarious.
Yeah, I'm gonna share this real quick. I'm gonna try to share this to Matt.
Okay.
Let's see. Actually, no. You know what? I'll just go ahead and put it in. Where the fuck is share? Damn it!
Huh?
HLC's all right. HLC's all right. Angry Cops has got a video out today.
Oh.
Ooh, new Angry Cops?
Yeah, talking about the riots in LA.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I watched that today. And he's
Yeah.
like, look,
I
all
need
those
to
people,
watch it.
all those people on the overpass throwing those big rocks down on the cops. Y'all are attempting murder there, guys. You
That's
guys should
felony.
be arrested, you know. And I'm like,
Oh
posting on
yeah,
Facebook,
didn't
Didn't what?
I was gonna say, Matt, didn't you say that one of the dudes that was tossing rocks at the cops ended up getting a 5.56 to the face?
No, he got a. It wasn't the guy throwing rocks. It was somebody up on top of the building. He took a rubber bullet to the forehead.
Ah, ooh.
There was actually.
Oh, okay. I could have sworn
Angry
someone
Cop
said
has that
there
in there
was.
as well.
I
And then he shows a picture of another.
Oh, okay. Because I could have sworn I heard reports.
Well, I saw Angry Cops in his video shows a picture of a quote unquote reporter who took a rubber 5 Mike to the forehead. He's got a right spot right on the forehead. Angry Cops calls it his third eye.
There is a guy that took a 40 Mike to his family jewels, and he went to the hospital and he had to leave one behind.
Yep.
And then there was the Australian female reporter who the cops kept telling her, you need to move, and she refused to move, so one of them shot her in the leg with a rubber bullet. Get her attention. Hey, maybe you should move.
Yep. I was gonna say to the homie that took the 40 Mike to the forehead. You are now the dent head meme. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
All you have to do is start drooling out the sides of your mouth, and we're good to go.
You played yourself, son.
All right, so I went ahead and put the photo in the main chat. If you guys want to take a quick look at it,
I looked at it. I saw it.
And I'm discussing with people that I've known for 30 years, and they're all like, "But January 6th." I'm like, okay, show me in January 6th where the rioters going into the court and into Congress were trying to commit attempted murder on police officers. Well, they weren't doing that in LA.
Arson, for that matter.
I'm like, what do you think it is throwing a 2-pound rock at somebody from 30 feet above them down onto them? What do you think a 2-pound rock will do to the human body when it hits it?
Nothing good.
It will kill you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and gravity's a thing. Acceleration kicks in because gravity's pulling shit down. All of a sudden, that 2 pounds is now coming at you with the force of like 400 fucking pounds.
That is attempted murder, and Angry Cops
Maybe more.
talks about that in his video today. Angry Cops also talks about it, and I'm in love. I'm gonna tell you now, guys. I'm in love with a female officer riding a horse who is playing whack-a-mole with her wooden katana on some dumbass. She was. The cops. He was wrong.
We might have to watch some Angry Cops as a palate cleanser then after this.
Yep.
Hey, I want to see what they're doing to the crabs.
Veggies and meat.
Yep.
Classic China.
Crack it, milk and butter to crack them open.
And meat. Classic China.
China fakes everything part 15. This is heparin, a blood thinner. In 2008, Baxter, a drug company, imported Chinese-made heparins, which were found out to be contaminated, and it led to at least 19 people. It contained possibly counterfeit ingredients that mimicked the real drug. By the time the investigation was to be conducted in China, everything was scrubbed clean. You couldn't find anything about it. This is a piece of meat served to kids at lunch in China. That's a cut of lymphatic tissues, which is unhealthy to be consumed by humans. A recent highway collapse in China had 48 people.
Cancer meat.
And it's
Yep.
in China had
I thought those were maggots in the meat, but no, that's the fucking lymphatic meat's even worse. At least the maggots could give you some form of nutrient.
Nah.
highway collapse in China.
Yeah, no, we keep going. We keep going. It's fine. We don't gotta go back
It's
to
a
it.
tofu drag project, and that is what
We don't need to
construction
traumatize the poor
companies
people.
cut corners,
Kick.
try to save money on materials so they can pocket more. The poorly made embankments show that it has a shallow base, which does not seem to support the structure of a hillside road, and there's no supporting bars either. A bird's eye view shot shows the various different parts of the highway which has cracked,
Yeah, look there.
and it looks to be very damaged. Meanwhile, some buildings in China just peel off like it's skin shedding season,
Oh, no.
or they simply start to collapse piece by piece.
Ah.
Oh, there it goes.
China fakes everything part 16. These are
timber.
These are dogs.
I hope
Do you like
whoever was living in that building wasn't napping in the back balcony at the time because he just
Nope.
took
I hope
a trip down.
everybody was out of that
dogs?
building when that
Yeah. I mean, that building looks like it's leaning forward, like it's about to fall forward, anyways. Just the angle it's sitting at.
Oh no,
Yeah,
it's just reenacting.
yeah.
It's just reenacting.
Yep.
It's reenacting Michael Jackson. It's fine.
Building is sleepy.
It's
Fuck's sake, that cave.
look, it's
because I'm bad. Fuck yeah, you are. You're about to fall apart.
It's the Chinese
You'll laugh
knockoff
like
of
it's
the
skin shedding
invisible
season, or
Gojira.
they simply start to collapse piece by piece.
China Fakes
Oh,
Everything
yeah.
Part 16. These are
These
are dogs.
Oh, Jesus.
China Fakes Everything Part 16. These are
feet flavored
These are
mango what?
dogs. Do you like feet flavored mangosteens? Well, this guy doesn't tell you when he cuts it through, and you're like, why does it taste sour and salty? What about tofuception? Here you have the fake tofu eaten inside a tofu drag building, and this tofu apparently.
Apparently mixed with what?
Hang on, backing up.
Here you have the fake tofu eaten inside a tofu drag building, and this tofu
Fake
apparently is mixed
tofu.
with industrial grade lime. Of course, it's harmful to your body. What else could it be? How about an iPhone faked so well? There's no way for.
Yeah. You good, bud?
Fuck tofu.
Did they seriously just okay?
Lime, yes.
Yeah.
You know what I
That's
found so
bad.
funny about like when COVID and everything hit and you had shortages on the shelves? You know what was all still there? Yeah, the vegan shit.
Yep. Yep.
All the tofu and all that shit was still on the shelf. Nobody wanted to touch it. They'd rather go hungry.
Mm-hmm. Cause
Damn right, I believe it.
For grandpas and grandmas to
Like,
tell
damn,
that
bro.
it's actually an Android. Now, you might think Temu is an amazing app and their sellers are conscious sellers, right? Not really. Here's a sorting station in China, just shirtless men sweating all over your packages. And how many ancient artifacts you buy from China is actually real? Well, according to this video, ancient coins from the Bronze Age seems to just be manufactured in somebody's backyard and turned into excavated artifacts. Anything can be a business in China when the product is fake. China fakes everything.
Damn, bro.
oh, you gotta watch out for this.
Yep.
This is my favorite ramen type
Oh,
too.
knockoff bulldog.
Yep.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
17. Samyang hot chicken ramen actually has a fake version in China. You couldn't tell from the packaging. It's the serial number. Of course, even if you cook the noodle, it looks exactly the same. Well, the taste is horrible, of course. There's a famous dish called beggar's
Oh yeah, no,
chicken.
that makes sense. Yeah.
So you gotta watch out which one's the real, which
Chicken
one's the
ramen
fake.
actually has a fake
You see?
PRC 2241 2370.
Mm-hmm.
version in China. You couldn't tell from the packaging. It's the serial number. Of course, even if you cook the noodle, it looks exactly the same. Well, the taste is horrible, of course.
So what's different about these two? Can you tell?
See.
The haircut.
I don't eat that food.
Haircut's different. I don't know which one's the real one though.
The
hat
haircut's
look-
more detailed on the bottom one than is on the top.
The hat looks a little different as well. Different.
No, it's literally just the hair.
Yeah. It is a little bit right. The hat's slightly
It's
different
the
color.
hair on the. Yeah, but it's like you have the
Yeah, this looks lighter.
the hair has yeah. No, actually, that looks darker. The bottom one looks way lighter.
Yeah, bottom one definitely
Yeah.
is lighter than the top one on hair color.
I think it's the bottom
the-
one is the fake.
The top one looks like a dark blue, where the bottom one looks like a dark teal.
Can't trust nothing anymore, man.
Of course, there's a famous dish called beggar's chicken in China. It's when you wrap the chicken in clay and bake it. Well, this man orders one for takeout only to find that his clay-covered
What
chicken
the
is actually
Even in
clay-covered
China,
clay.
they
Or
steal
maybe the
from
rest-
each
If you
other.
cook the noodle, there's a famous dish called beggar's chicken in China. It's when you wrap the chicken in clay and bake it. Well, this man orders one for takeout only to find that his clay-covered chicken is actually clay-covered clay. Or maybe the restaurant thought he needed the full experience of the beggar and the homeless, so he gave him the clay, but he's like, you gotta go fetch the chicken yourself. Now, what do you think about goat and it's fake? Well, that seems to be pretty common in China. This lady brought her gold bar to get examined, and it turns out after breaking it through that the color inside is silver. She says she got this as part of a joint shares program. It's summer. You need sunscreen. Welcome to China. Here you have an automated, intelligent sunscreen dispenser. And let's take a closer
look. At all that lead.
This one is actually from
gold bar.
It's not automated. I see the dude.
Yeah.
my hometown. This is truly next level. And he even smiles at you.
Yo, get the fuck out.
Part 18. Just another day in the field for the farmers in China. Oh, look, they installed a new water pump for us. How nice. Oh, it has nothing on the bottom. Not even connected to any water pump. Maybe
They can't even install a well.
I'll just take a nice little drive downtown to charge my EV. Oh, why are they falling over? And why does it look like they use sand instead of cement?
I hope those aren't hot.
They are hot, and they didn't use cement. They used sand.
Yeah, no, I'd keep the electric car. As a matter of fact, get me the fuck out of here.
Construction to me. Have you ever seen a crab assembly? Well, here it is. This woman
Crab
is doing
assembly?
precisely that. Instead of catching them in the ocean, she's assembling.
Look, there's rubber bands holding the limbs in place, and they're assembling a crab. They're assembling it like a fucking Gundam.
Is durian supposed to...
That's.
I think supervillains should take the most
isn't this
offense
the-
since they're essentially building a crab Gundam.
I mean, look,
Crab.
those are fun.
Crap.
All things crab eventually, including Gundams. What the fuck is in that vat, though?
supposed to be dunked in...
Oh, they said durian.
That's a Durin fruits.
Is durian supposed to be dunked in
Matt
green,
absolutely loves
slimy
these.
liquids like this? Does it help the fruit
Look at that's the original, and they're dunking it to give it a darker green color.
Slimy liquids like this? Does it help the fruit ripen faster, or is it some other chemical?
Brother,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
What is this?
Everything
I'm
this man
concerned.
films, he says,
Jade.
is actually fake. When
Fake
you take
jade.
one out, it
Yep.
looks pretty real.
Fake
but when you
jade.
put it with the other ones, well, that's the only time you can tell that it's actually fake. He says that some of them, it's even hard for professionals to differentiate.
China fakes everything part 19. Love positive energy stage
Yeah.
propaganda.
I was gonna say, I bet if you tapped it, it sounds plastic.
Probably.
Yeah, probably.
How do you know if the Chinese medicine ingredients
I'll take
in
that
China
bet.
are real? Well, according to this woman, they're at best substituted with a placebo or lower quality ingredient. At worst, they're just fake.
拌上地黄油，冒充熟地，这黑乎乎一块，谁都看不出来是啥。
What the
你
fuck
瞅
is
那
that,
黄
dude?
鱼
You
啊
tell me you
长
eat
得
shit?
大，大家吃的时候都是整只泡的，没有人掰开。
Just because someone told you eat shit doesn't mean you literally eat shit. What the fuck's wrong with you?
They added weight to
看
those
看吧，
fake.
你掰开瞅瞅，看看里边
This。is a video of construction workers stealing galvanized steel. No, now how's little Johnny, who worked hard to build his 1 meter by 1 meter home, going to support his 100 kids? These videos make me think that they're actually recorded in real time, given how fast China just puts up these tofu drug projects. Well, at least they still have eco-friendly wood veneer, right?
Yeah, no, that's actually
Oh,
that was
hell.
there was an apartment like a concept for like a 1 meter by 1 meter apartments.
Well, that's fake too.
Yeah.
Yep,
Holy
they fake
shit.
wood with concrete inside, among other ways.
差不多1万多吧，这样
Ah. So that's where the concrete actually went.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Well, on the bright side, that's gonna be that sticks
Yeah.
that plank's gonna
fighting
make for really
floods.
melee.
Who goes there?
Hey, Slade, what's up?
Hey guys, what's up?
Not much.
Not too much, man.
Oh,
We're watching.
the Chinese lie about everything.
Yep, we're watching Chinese fails. Some of them are pretty gross.
What's this?
Yeah.
What's up?
No, I just came back from a comedy club. I went to the Funny Bone.
Ah,
There
very
we go,
nice.
man.
Very nice. But anyways, this
Who was on stage?
Oh, what's his name? It was Stephen Ho.
Ooh, I've heard him before a few times. He's pretty funny.
Oh, he's good. He's good.
Yeah, he was a ER tech for 10 years and then turned comedian.
Oh.
And he's on TikTok.
Yeah. I've seen his stuff.
Yeah.
TikTok and Facebook. Yeah. Hilarious.
What's this about the flood?
Oh, this is a fake flood promotional video.
Yep, they fake wood with concrete inside, among other ways.
China fake flood fighting.
Wait, I thought floods were when your pants were too high above your ankles.
Yeah.
No.
Like
You're
the
thinking
thing.
of some,
What's funny
you're thinking
is
of
like
something else.
It looks like that they're. It looks like they're already up on a high hill, so they don't really have to worry too much about that, anyways.
Exactly. I was just gonna say,
like where they're at.
It's not when your pants are too high; it's when you're wearing skinny jeans that are too small for you.
Well, being Hispanic, you probably know about that with all the Hey, I can talk shit. I got 5 brothers and a sister.
Yeah.
I got 3 older and 3 younger.
Oh yeah, I have 3 older siblings, and they're all half siblings. So
I can
the
talk
shit
shit
talk
to
is
anyways.
brutal.
I can shit talk anyways. I have no one.
Well, that just means you're a pampered, spoiled, only child.
I thought I wasn't.
I was gonna end up saying like, you either learn to talk shit with the best of them, or you just become the rolling tank that doesn't give a rat's ass what anyone has to say.
Or you become like me and you just beat the shit out of all your brothers and don't give a fuck.
Oh, there you go then. Option 3.
Hey, I was 16 years old and I told my dad, who was the first sergeant at the time, you go back to the office, dropped off the attitude, come home and spend time with the family.
Damn.
Now, would my dad whip my ass? I was 16. I tried it. Yeah, I don't recommend it. You know, that was a severe ass beating I took in about 20 seconds.
Oh.
Yeah, see, 16-year-old me forgot one key element. 16-year-old me forgot my dad was in Vietnam in 65 and 66 in Special Forces with the Green Berets. See, I forgot that. Because 16-year-old hormones said, hey, we're bad because we can beat up all of our brothers, but all the older ones and younger ones, and we ain't lost a fight in 4 years. So, yeah, we can talk shit to Dad. We can tell him to bring it, old man, and...
What?
No.
Old man brought it back.
Oh, yeah, old man brought it. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. I woke up a few hours later in my bedroom, but, you know, yeah.
My reality check came in the form of a short old lady who spent a lot of time reading anatomy textbooks, and I forgot that she had said anatomy textbooks, and I ended up finding out, hey, the earlobe is a very vulnerable piece of equipment if someone knows how to pinch it right.
No, you forgot she had the +5 holy chunklers.
Yeah, exactly, that too.
The holy chunklers. You round a corner, they're following anyways.
There's like one hand holding me in place with a stun lock by pulling on the earlobe, and then the other hand is a freaking shotgun. I'm getting concussion damage.
The +5 holy chunklers of Abuela.
That's been passed down by generation and generation.
Generation to generation, yep. If you look closely enough, there's a steel plate that's faded away to almost non-existence that says "Hecho en Mexico."
Oh man!
All right, let's keep going. Look at him; he wants that shot. Show me your work. Show me you working it.
Hold on. Director isn't
directing well.
Just showing Chinese politicians are no better than ours. They're just trying to get the photo op. I mean, that's all.
The water's not too far
no.
from the village. They could be fighting the water. Oh, they're tying them. Oh, hell no.
Yeah, apparently it sells better, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, so that's how they make brown eggs, huh?
Yeah, look at that.
I wouldn't eat them.
Normally, those are 1,000-year-old.
Oh, geez, the eggs are fake too.
What the hell? Oh my god.
What you just saw was the manufacturing fake eggs. They do this with pork too by putting water into the pork meat so that it weighs more and it sells for more price per
that
kilogram.
shit. I'll just keep buying my eggs here
There was
in
a huge
Texas.
scandal in China when I was younger.
Locally raised.
Jeez
Louise.
I get a dozen jumbo grade A's for $3.49 a dozen.
Yeah, there's a farm not too far from my place. You literally drive up, stick some cash in the box, then take out some eggs.
Oh, well, the honor box is nice. Or what do you call it?
Exactly, yeah.
When Braden was talking about his 16-year-old self trying to best a Vietnam vet, it reminded me of me. My father's yelling at me, and I made the bastard cry twice.
Oh.
I was also 16. I made my dad he served in the army for 18 months, had to be medically discharged. And he thinks he's all tough shit because he's had more experience, and here comes his 16-year-old son making his ass cry, and he's telling me after he's crying off his eyes, you have more cojones than I did if I ever talked to my father like that, and he was a Korean War vet.
Yeah, see, the part that I left out about my dad was only 5'7".
Oh, my father was 6'5".
My dad was 5'7". He had a chance to go play Major League Baseball, but he got drafted. My dad also had 14-inch forearms and 18-inch biceps.
Damn.
Yeah.
At the age of 47, when my dad retired from the Army, he had to take his outgoing physical. He had to run 2 miles in full combat gear. He did it in 18 minutes.
Damn.
Woo.
He's a tank.
He was a tanker. Well, he was Special Forces in Nam, and then when that was over with, he changed his MOS and became a tanker. He became Armored Cav. He was one of the first people testing the XM1s back in the late 70s at Fort Hood.
Oh, hell yeah.
Jeez.
I'm a tank.
It was them with baby formulas.
Back when all of us kids would get in trouble for riding on the tank with our dirt bikes, because those were the best trails to ride on.
Yeah.
With dirt.
Oh, hell yeah.
The only thing that ever saved our ass, okay? Yes, my dad was first sergeant, okay? My mom worked for CID. So the minute they saw my bike, my mom knew. Within minutes, okay? I already knew my shit was in trouble. The only thing that saved our ass is one of the kids riding with us, his dad was the colonel of my dad's division. One of the other kids with us, his dad was the commander of the post. We had the command sergeant major's kid and 2 other first sergeant kids. So we were all kids of the guys who ran shit. And we all came to an agreement. As long as there were no maneuvers going on out there, we could ride the trails. But if the maneuvers were going on, the trails were off limits. And we lived by that rule.
Yep. A safe way to be.
Hey, it kept us kids on post, and it kept us from going out causing trouble out in the civilian world.
Exactly.
What would you rather do? You got a bunch of wild teenage kids here looking to burn off steam. Isn't it better to
I
let
mean,
them ride the dirt trail, stay on post, and not go off out there getting in trouble and being chased by the cops?
I would have
Probably.
preferred that instead of having a Dodge 9 mils spontaneously popping through the walls.
Yeah, but see, the 70s and whatnot were kind of different than back then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Keeping kids out of trouble is good.
All right, let's keep moving.
It weighs more and it sells for more price per kilogram.
Look at the fake
They
meat.
also
Which one's the fake meat? They both look fake to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they
The
both
one
look
on the
fake.
right looks swollen.
Yeah.
The one on the left looks swollen too.
Not as swollen. Like you can see, instead of being on the edge, it's all puffy in the center, whereas this, it's kind of, the edge is kind of thick.
The meat's shrunk away from the fat a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is usually a sign that it's aged a little bit. Not in a bad way, just aged.
Do this with there was a huge scandal in China when I was younger. It was them with baby formulas. They put this chemical compound called melanin.
Mental
in
note:
it.
never go
And
to
melanin-
China and eat food.
No. Yeah, no.
No.
If
And
you don't
when
know,
the
then it'd be dog.
Like, dog is preferable to some of the shit we've been hearing tonight.
Yep.
Yeah, I think I'll pass on all of that.
Baby formula.
You know what? I have fish sticks, eggs, and fucking steak in the deep freezer. I can just go ahead and cook all of that up right now.
Ugh.
Hey, I had chicken Alfredo today. I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hey, just remember to have ribs that are probably sitting in the microwave.
Ew.
Microwavable ribs? What the fuck?
That's leftovers.
Okay. As long as they were probably
committing heresy. Holy shit, guys!
Yeah, it did sound pretty heretical. Not gonna lie, my dude.
Not committing heresy. I just needed to reheat the leftovers. There was also mashed potatoes with it.
Okay, that's fine. But
That's
as
better.
long as the
That's
ribs
better.
were properly cooked in a barbecue for 6 hours, you're okay.
Yeah, the wife took care
Next
of cooking.
time.
They came out amazing.
Next
The
time.
bone slid right out as I bit into it.
Yeah, next time.
Next
you
time.
should, yeah.
Next time, lead with it. Hey, I have leftover ribs in the microwave. Not saying I have ribs in the microwave, and we will all think you're going for Chef Mike.
Yeah.
And we will then pronounce you as a heretic.
Yeah, because Slade's like a trained chef,
The
so
actual
he takes
cuisine expert, yeah.
he takes high offense to this sort of shit.
Hey, I've lived in Texas for more years than I can count, okay? And when it comes to barbecuing, dude, we fight. I don't give a shit where you from. You do not know how many fights I get into with people from Kansas City thinking they know how to barbecue.
Man.
Now, I will give Kansas City credit. They got some good barbecue.
Mm-hmm. That sweet stuff is good.
It ain't Texas.
Mm-mm.
And when I barbecue, I use hickory wood. I go down and cut my own fucking tree.
I was talking. Sorry.
Yep. That's the good stuff.
All right, let's see about this melanin or whatever the fuck it is.
Compound called melanin in it, and melanin.
Melanin, isn't that what makes your skin darker?
No, melanin.
That's melanin. Nin. Not min. Nin.
That sounds like the Chinese pronunciation of
Let's
Chef.
go.
Oh, it's melanin. Oh, he's black because he's got melanin.
Formulas, they put this chemical compound called melanin in it, and melanin, when the baby consumes it, their heads will get really big, and so there was a huge scandal. And there's also something even worse.
这视频你们大家看看，我现在传到网上了啊！你们大家来看一看，公正一下。
All right, what is it that made him Ew, that's nasty. That's just nasty.
Yeah, they're reciting gunner oil for cooking food in.
Yeah. I remember the stories coming out about that from the Wuhan virus.
if they had not posted that it was recycled oil from the gutters, I would have thought they were fucking scooping shit out of a septic tank.
Yeah. Yeah.
Honestly, it looked like the grease trap behind the shop I used to work at.
What the hell is this?
The Chinese restaurant dumped oil down the
Oh
drain repeatedly.
man, that hurt my stomach.
Dude, they ended up having to send over 3 okay. They ended up having to send over 3 pumping trucks to clean out the traps.
Oh man, I'm gonna post this in for you guys to look at.
Oh no.
The horror. Here we go.
Where do I want to post? I'm gonna post
In the
this
meantime,
in Dank.
it reminds me of the
in the what?
Oh shit.
I posted
in
it
the
in
Dank channel.
Oh no.
Fuck it. I'll switch over to Dank. Let's do an impromptu
let's
exposure.
let's the video first, though.
All right.
All right. It's only about a minute.
It fakes everything, and now it's faking girls.
No,
This
it's
is a
just a
Chinese
picture.
AI model that allows a guy to look like a girl.
就是这个直播实时录像。那么直播的话，它这个其实已经是很完善的，包括像这种捏脸。
Says face is not altered during live stream.
Watching anything from China, you better not trust it's actually a woman. And they're also faking Russian models to be online influencers in China. Russia is the secret to going viral for short
But I
video.
want you all to enjoy that picture in the Dank channel.
2022, Russian Nana was a popular account. During a subsequent live broadcast, Russian Nana forgot to turn on her beauty filter, and netizens discovered that she was actually Hubei Nana, a woman from China. Now there's been multiple situations where stolen faces are used for AI models to be faked.
I take it
in China.
you just saw it,
Whether
huh?
that's
I saw it.
Natasha, Sophia,
No. I haven't seen it yet. Don't spoil it for me.
Studying in China.
I'll
They
show
love
it
Chinese
on.
culture
I'll show it
and
on
hope to stay and
the
live here.
shared
Sometimes
screen.
they would even say Huza. It turns out these accounts are making tens of thousands a month using ChatGPT and stolen faces.
China fakes everything tofu building edition. This lady mastered the lost art of the one finger technique. Kids love to play, but be careful in China. You better watch out. Those British
Hey.
And what would scare me is to have like an old Chinese woman as a wife here in the States, because she'd be trying to kill all kinds of shit and cook it. And I'd be like, yeah, no, thank you.
Yeah.
the deer, the fucking bear.
Deer's okay.
elk.
Squirrel's okay. Alligator's okay.
I thought you couldn't eat bear meat. Because
I've never eaten bear meat. Don't want to eat bear meat.
It's like, okay, so here I don't know what the rules are, but I know in Russia it's highly illegal for you to hunt bear and eat it. Don't know why. It's a no out there. But here, as far as I know, if you know what the fuck you're doing, that you can have,
Yeah.
As long as it's not in a place that's regulating population control for a specific animal species, you can damn near hunt anything.
I am not going to hunt anything that can climb the tree I'm in to come and get me, okay?
That's smart.
No, that's why you carry something like the what was it? Boris's Raging Hunter chambered in 400 Smith and Wesson? Was it 400 Smith?
500.
No.
A gator out here, I don't care if it's a 10-foot gator, a gator, whatever. You can kill a gator with a 22. Just shoot it back behind the head.
Yep.
You ain't gonna kill a bear with a fucking.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's how they do it. You never watch Swamp People?
I did not know that the 22 could actually punch through their.
Well, it's the
no, actually. I always
like
believe that there's.
It's like at the very top of the neck for them, like right where the neck meets the skull.
Right.
Yeah,
that's the weak
on
spot.
A human, it'd be right where your spine.
That's very interesting because
Yeah.
Yeah, I always would have figured that the scales were too hard for a 22 to punch through like that.
Well, that's where their head moves up and down. That's the connecting
got a soft
joint.
spot right there.
Yeah, that's where the skin is softest, so it's elastic.
Oh, okay.
if you're shooting them head on, dude, you might bounce a 306.
Mm-hmm.
You're talking about a bear.
No, I'm
Holy
talking about a
shit.
gator.
Gator.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, you might
You
bounce
shoot a
30 out 6
gator
off of a
in
gator's
the
skull.
face from the
I'm a
front.
little
The
glance off the
skull is
scales.
so thick that it may bounce a 306.
A 30 out 6?
Yeah.
30 out
Yeah,
6.
because 30 out 6 and 308.
Well, yeah.
Well, I was thinking a
But
303.
Damn, that's insane.
You don't
303
you
British?
don't
Yep.
you don't shoot the gators from the front. You try to get them to where you can
Get
shoot
around them
back
and hit them in
behind
the back.
head.
In the
Yep.
head. Back of the head.
Gotcha.
Alrighty.
All right, let's finish this.
In China, you better watch out. Those bridges can be deadly.
I've seen this. This is painful. Oof.
It only
It
takes
comes
2
off.
hits to rip apart a
Oh.
bridge. Do you like
Uh-huh.
communism? These floors/ceilings are so in. You can share dinner with your neighbors upstairs and downstairs. How nice.
Oh, that's
Our
real
food.
workmanship.
Sprinting,
Yep.
people love sports. But in China, the quality of
Comrade,
these
you must
crafts
share your dinner with me. I ruined mine. What the fuck? Yo, are those mothballs?
No, that's gravel. That's a running
And again,
track.
here's another man who has mastered the lost art of the one-finger technique.
哎，看到没有？全部是和那个的，就是和那个泥巴一样的，比泥巴还那个看到没有？你捏着看到没有？你这个钱要这样，你敢贴纸捐吗？老师傅呀，
Timber,
这个你
dude,
不
if
打
I
到
were you, I
贴
wouldn't
纸
do
捐
that. That shit may fall
这
on
个
your
对
head.
啊，什么纸捐业务掉的
It's
噻？
it's One Punch Man.
And here's the image in question that he was showing us.
If CNN existed in 1941, Japanese flyover is mostly peaceful. Man, fuck off.
I mean, he's not wrong.
No, that's exactly what
But he
CNN would
ain't
be
right.
doing.
Fakes everything part 22. Ever seen a fake
He's out of line, but he's right.
That's to me. That's what they would be like today. You
Pretty
know,
much.
if they were back there, because
Let's see, we got the fake fire extinguisher. Let's go.
China fakes everything part 22. Ever seen a fake fire extinguisher? Well, now you have.
Shit here. What the fuck?
How about another fake rescue mission?
Damn,
this time
son.
featuring a fire truck making it rain.
Blowing it might help.
Oh, Lord.
What?
There's tofu drag.
What the fuck were they doing?
Oh,
I gotta watch that again. What the
mods.
fuck were they doing?
yeah, I got him.
Oh,
Matt.
mods, what?
Thank you. So,
Was that a bot?
Yep,
Yeah. Look at that. You're famous enough that you're getting bots in chat.
I've been getting bots for a while now. They've
Yeah.
actually slowed down, so I'm just like, whatever.
I
Right
guess
up,
they're just getting banned too much.
I guess.
Yeah.
Then there's also
All right,
tofu
let's see.
crumbles. And then there is a rice cracker inside the wall.
That's not the wall, that's the support beam!
How about a
Yeah. Did I say rice cracker?
Uh-huh.
Was that a packaging for a snack?
Yeah. That's the support
Yo.
beam. That's the support beam.
How about a new EV?
Oh, hell no.
Makes you wonder what's going to happen when they have a real earthquake.
I think we've already seen what happens whenever they have an earthquake.
Yeah, they usually have 100,000 people die.
Yep.
Hey, how am I supposed to drive a fucking car?
Yeah.
How about a new EV from NIO from China? The gas pedal just broke.
Well, I guess he can't accelerate on yellow.
That's.
I mean, you can put your foot on the. It's a feature. It's a feature. It's for height.
Reference?
And
I'm impressed if you know that.
You were just asking about what happens in an earthquake. Here you go.
Shaking and vibing building.
God.
We designed the building to shake like a tree, so you can feel one with nature.
Superman over here.
Oof.
Hey, look, it's Godzilla.
This woman uses the drainage pipe that connected the sink to fill her stinky tofu bucket. Yeah, you know the part of the
Ew,
pipe
dude.
that hand washing spills phlegm after people use it. Yeah, I guess that's really where the stinky part of stinky tofu comes from. This phone's camera lenses are also.
Oh no, she nasty.
The camera lenses are fake.
So fake. cat won't eat.
Did they fly off because of an air can?
They did.
That's just straight hot garbage. All right, let's see.
Chinese-made sausage snack. I wonder why. In Chinese residential communities, everything.
Wait. A sausage? That's a chicken foot.
Yeah.
You know it's got to be nasty if the cat won't eat it.
I wonder why.
The cat took one sniff and went, "Oh hell no."
Cats are the only creature that comes close to having as
Here
many
is their version.
different
Cat
edible
won't eat
things as
sausage
humans, because
snack.
cats will eat
I wonder why.
1,100 different things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've actually the oldest cat in the household will actually try to steal potato chips from Annie, or will actually try to steal my food every now and again if I'm not paying attention to my own plate.
Cats will also eat you the minute your body turns cold.
Yep.
Yep.
They're not gonna need this.
In Chinese residential communities, everything is Las Vegas, except flat. Here is their version of the Venetian pool made of plastic. China Fix Everything 40.
Chinese tofu drag is so dangerous. This is the Novi Sad train station in Serbia. Guess who built their latest renovation? Yep, China's Belt and Road Initiative. It's a deadly tofu project. The less problematic, is still dangerous, is the pipes that they somehow can't secure to the building. And if your building material is crumbling down like this or turning into powder like this, that's not a good sign. Neither is having your support beam or the material around it crumble too.
Oh no, that's
Looks like somebody put too
happen.
much sand in the concrete mix.
Looks like somebody fucking overcompensated and tried to put anchor bolts where there weren't supposed to be any.
Yep.
I just read the caption.
That's straight dog shit. That a school cafeteria was serving zombie meat.
Oh yeah, no, thank you. No.
Brazil. 20.
Brazil. 2013, bro.
2015.
Just been chewed the fuck out by an old lady. Dumbass guy caught trying to sell fake old expired meat.
Well, another school served chicken from 4 years ago, as well as expired milk. Parents found out, and the school authorities just like, we're investigating.
Yeah,
Accountability,
dude.
I hardly know her.
While I was editing
Chicken
this
days
video,
4
I
years
found out
ago,
in
the
2015.
Cutlass fucking 3 days ago.
4-year-old meat seized at China's breakup smuggling gang. More than 100,000 tons of frozen chicken wings, beef, and pork from decades old seized from nationwide crackdown.
Jesus.
Chinese authorities
A meat
seized,
market.
This is a report from 2015.
Pause it again.
100,000.
Yeah.
A meat market in Beijing, China daily, said smuggling bought cheap meat abroad, stripped it to Hong Kong and onto Vietnam for bringing it to the mainland. Photograph. I mean, Vietnam could...
Beef and other meats. Some of them are like 40 years old, frozen chicken and things.
Vietnam what?
40-year-old frozen chicken meat.
Oh, fuck that. That's, god damn. That's older than you kids.
Yeah, no.
Oh, jeez. Oh.
So what you're telling me is they had to re-dye the chicken cuts.
Well, this is actually true. Every machine is a smoke machine if you operate it incorrectly.
Yep.
Yeah.
Beef and other meats. Some of them are like 40
What,
years
Matt?
old.
You got somebody
frozen
at work
chicken
that
and things.
does that?
What?
Operates the machinery wrong and it becomes a smoke machine?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it's actually my assistant foreman.
Like that. Yeah, it's no surprise they would serve this in cafeterias across China. And don't get me started with this, oh, America also has this problem with school lunch. Yeah, it will be a national scandal if this happens. Tell me again China is safe. Another case of rampage. This time at the Wuxi Institute of Technology. A knife man indiscriminately took people to the ground. It was said that online this person had been working 16 hours a day and he was owed wage by a factory. In addition, the school he attended didn't grant him a diploma, so he couldn't graduate. In his manifesto, he says, I hope my death can promote some progress when it comes to labor laws. And that don't think I'm an honest person, there are some accounts that need to be finished. Photos here show students blocking the door to their dorm. This comes just days after the SUV rampage in southern China
Wow,
that
this
took
is actually
the lives
deep.
of at least 35. This is a societal
this
system.
this pastor posted up, if you peaceably march today to indicate you have no civil king and you were not punished merely for doing so, congratulations. You simply proved you were already kingless.
Yep.
Yep, Rooney. All right, let's keep going.
Yeah. One sec.
I'm just gonna nod and say yes.
Yeah.
All
right.
Problem, and the CCP has not been transparent about it. And this doesn't even involve guns. It seems Christmas came early to China. Look at this tree here. It's filled with white spike.
Look at all those cameras.
Yep.
They're trying to see the past, present, and the future at the same time.
Yeah.
No. They're trying to see past, present, future, the 5th, 6th, and 9th dimensions.
Pretty much. Like, they don't...
Matt sees that all the time when he gets overseasoned.
Every wall is staring at me right now. It's very strange.
Yo, this is the SCP that has cameras everywhere. In cameras we trust. In Big Brother we trust. There we go.
Pretty much.
Like there's cameras on cameras on cameras on
from,
cameras.
2021 saying how I think China has more than 50% of the world's total number of surveillance cameras. I don't think that is an exaggeration at all. I think probably
Motherfucker single-handedly
again, the same
keeping
thing-
Kodak in business.
I mean to tell you, shit.
As my last video about this, what are they spying on?
Kodak,
How many?
Instaprint.
Imagine how
Xerox.
many gigs a day how many terabytes a day I mean, damn.
I mean, even if they're doing only motion detecting only,
No.
that would still be terabytes of data.
No, if they are faking everything, pretty much about 3/4 of all those cameras do not work.
That's true.
You're probably right there.
Yeah, it's pretty insane.
Oh man, you actually have a really good point on that.
So it's not really terabytes of information; it's probably just megabytes of information. And also because if their internet connection if they're in a bad part of the city, they have one wind snap and the power just goes off those cameras.
Pretty much,
and hours of surveillance gone.
How many cameras is it per person?
Good.
And why is
Deprive
it
the enemy of good things?
Yep.
So many questions.
Nice
not even that. Mediocre things.
Oh no!
Deprive the enemy of bargain bin shit.
if the surveillance cameras, not surveillance cameras, the buildings don't kill the people and stuff like that. Let's just say 100,000 people die from an earthquake in China. There will still be more cameras than people.
Yeah.
In China.
Yeah.
Probably.
So their population would be, we need more babies and more surveillance cameras.
That's already happening.
Yep.
We need 3 surveillance cameras for 1 person.
I actually saw something about that where they were talking about the reason why China's lifted the limitation on children is because China's population isn't a billion.
This was 6 months ago? What the fuck?
Between 7 and 8 million.
Yeah, this is 6 months ago.
Yeah, their numbers are dropping.
Oh, no, but it's not just a problem for them too, because it's like every other part of the world is also having the same issue.
Mm-hmm.
The United States are having it.
Everybody is giving up because all the generation of leadership that's currently in charge basically went out of the way to fuck everyone over, and everyone's just like, fuck it, I quit. I ain't trying.
Except for
And
India.
those
India's
that do try
like
end up trying later in life too.
Yeah.
So you have an entire like 2-generation gap between parents and children now.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
In regards to India, the only reason why India is able to do what they're doing is because a lot of our pharmaceuticals come out of India because we can do pharmaceuticals testing in India.
Yep.
So that's their saving grace, so they can afford to keep doing the same fucking thing over and over and over again without it. As soon as they lose those pharmaceutical contracts, though, they'll also be in the same shit.
Mm-hmm.
And you might see that shit conflagrate even faster than everybody else.
Yep.
Or is this about a Chinese ship?
Ship is currently in a standoff with NATO warships after it attacked the alliance, with investigators accusing the ship of dragging its anchor for 100 miles to deliberately sever 2 critical data cables between European nations. And the probe now focuses on if the Russians had any part in this or if it was a Chinese operation. One investigator saying it's extremely unlikely that the captain wouldn't have noticed that the ship dropped and dragged its anchor, losing speed for hours and cutting cables along the way. Also, once the ship dropped its anchor in Swedish waters, it reportedly turned off its identification system, with it then severing an internet cable between Sweden and Lithuania, and then another cable between Germany and Finland. And with this, the Danish Navy sent ships to intercept the Chinese boat and briefly boarded it once it was clear what it was doing. Now, Western officials say they don't think the Chinese government had any involvement, but rather they suspect that Russia is behind the sabotage. And this is the entire crew is reportedly Chinese, except for one sailor who's Russian, but they can't be questioned against their will, and they can't be towed to Pearl Island due to international law. So NATO is currently surrounding the boat to prevent it or anyone on board it from going anywhere until they agree to questioning and boarding.
China fixed everything for.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I would have just said, they don't want to answer questioning. Cool, we're not gonna ask. Fucking nuke the boat right then and there with everybody on board. Exactly. Be like, you either tell me what I need to know, or you are designated as a target, and I will just let everybody aboard this ship light you the fuck up.
Mm-hmm.
No, I would do systematically. Just get the Navy divers and start boring holes into the ship. And just let it slowly fill up with water.
Different methods of handling the situation.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all like the story of Titanic? Want to be part of it?
Titanic 2, Electric Boogaloo in international waters.
Yeah, no, thank you. I know how that movie ended. I'll pass. Thank you.
What was it? We were reading through the Geneva Convention. What the fuck was the one about ships? As long as they're not residing inside a country's waters, it's free game.
Pretty much.
It's free real estate.
Exactly.
Hey, it's free real estate.
So apparently Texas had a big bust, and they busted 244 and saved 109 kids.
Damn.
They did what now?
They had a raid.
Yeah.
And they arrested 244 people and saved 109 kids.
Jeez.
Good.
Oh.
Glad they saved them.
Oh, good heavens.
Yeah. The heck were those poor kids doing there?
Being trafficked, probably.
Probably trafficked.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what's this weeds shit here that's going on.
China fixed everything 42. Parents paid 3,000 yuan only to find out that at school
it was involving online sexual exploitation.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck's sake.
Oh, pay 3,000 yen.
Made of straw and grass. Do you expect made of straw?
Oh, that sucks.
Their kids have been sleeping on a mattress made of straw and grass. Do you expect scallion oil to be green colored? It shouldn't be.
Yo, why is it got coolant?
This beef a person bought online from an influencer, and after parboiling it,
why do you buy your food from an influencer?
That was mistake number one.
Mm-hmm.
Is that lymphatic meat or is that maggots?
As if it's been cooked for hours.
Oh.
All I know is never trust a skinny chef.
Yep.
Yeah. That's usually how it works.
Yep.
Yeah, beef doesn't do that. How about fake duck blood? This has been a trend online where you take a piece of duck blood out, flatten it, get rid of all its juice. Real ones crumble, yet the fake one looks flat and rubbery.
Ew.
Oh no.
This person is
What are they
injecting
doing?
what looks like crab roe into the crab. And they also use chemicals to bleach the bottom of the crab so that
Looks
it
like
sells for a higher
injecting
price.
something into the
Crustaceans,
crabs.
more like
Yeah.
crazy Asians. Let me introduce
Our resident chef is getting more and more pissed.
No.
No, I get that. I understand why he's getting pissed, but that was also the joke that Zhang made at the end.
Yep.
I can understand the
All right,
bleaching
Slade,
part.
go ahead and air your grievances, please.
No, I can understand the bleaching part because there's some shit that even we do is kind of wrong. But when you start injecting things,
Crab roe.
I don't think that was even roe. Because
Damn.
if you do that to crustaceans like that, and then you ship them off, and then you and if they come in here, they would be destroyed because I mean there have been instances not just with crab but also oil and honey here in the United States that there was a
glucose syrup.
Yeah. There was ways that they were people from the black market were faking honey and faking oil, like extra virgin oil and olive oil. They were bottling extra virgin olive oil, but they had canola oil and other mixed oils, but still saying it was still EVOO.
Damn.
And there was like FBI on this, so it's supposed to. I know that injecting stuff is supposed to make it look fuller and stuff like that. Yes, I understand that, but if it's snow crab or blue crab or the smaller kinds, leave them be.
Exactly. Yeah.
And that beef.
Just bruising at that point. Yeah.
And then the beef, like y'all were saying, like Brandon said, don't trust a skinny chef.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I would also say don't trust a very heavy set chef too.
Yeah.
You have to find that medium. He's not skinny, but he's not fat. He's somewhere in between. Trust that
Guy
chef.
Fieri.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Fieri.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Yeah,
unless
he's got a good gut on him, but he's not what I'd call obese.
Yeah.
That's okay. I'll trust Slade.
I would trust it. Well, yeah, I would say that, but then also do if there's a like a chef that is well renowned and he has multiple has really good food, but also has the Michelin stars to show for it. I trust that dude too.
Oh hell yeah!
But like you were saying, don't trust an influencer, and
like
if you're buying meat from them, I see. I'll say yes. I am I'm like if beef is one, your first mistake was you bought it. The second mistake when you try to cook it and you start playing with it and it's disintegrating in your hands, toss that shit away.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because that ain't good.
Yes,
I'm in the cooking field. Just FYI, I am in the cooking field. I know my stuff. I'm not a full expert on it, but at least I know the common sense. But at the same time, that duck fat or the duck blood, that they were saying, that is a delicacy in a lot of places. And if like over in England, blood pudding and stuff like that. If it's literally sitting, just floating in the and it's not sinking like it should.
Yeah.
What the fuck? What is wrong with
Yeah,
y'all?
at that point you need to start asking questions like, what the fuck's going on here?
Yeah, if you are noticing weird things, I can continue on. I can rant and rave all I want.
Mm-hmm.
Let me introduce to you the 4 horsemen of Chinese infrastructure. The so-called high-speed rail system been running for 2 decades. It's starting to shake. You see videos like this. And yes, you do get a massage option included, but that's kind of scary.
That train's ready to unrail.
Yep.
Hey, y'all want to see what it looks like when the train goes airborne?
In the middle of the rope. Is she a kung fu master or is it just bad infrastructure? The many bridges in China. Shall I say it's already
She knows Karen Fu.
Oh Lord have
Wait a
mercy.
minute, back up a bit. Was that sewage eating
No.
away at the fucking pillar?
That's because it's
Tofu
piss poor. Yeah. That's tofu drag.
Oh.
That's the wireframe
the
there.
Get off the fucking road.
Pull it back a little bit more. Not pat before the woman's pushing the barrier down.
The man a kung fu master or push over the rail. A woman can easily push
My
over
first
the
thought
rails.
was when I saw the shaking. It's like, gotta now split that atom. Sorry.
In the middle of the road. Is she a kung fu master or is it just bad infrastructure? The many bridges in China.
That
Yeah,
shit
but
wasn't
look-
even.
Yeah, it wasn't even secured down.
Yeah.
Damn.
But look at that. That's
Even-
that. All it's holding that up is the wire.
The rebar.
Mm-hmm.
He's showing signs of wear and tear.
Shit. Even our T-Mood Mexican could do a better job than this.
Mm.
A little too early. The new scene.
Fuck yeah, I can.
Well, Ray, in the next clip, and he's
Hey, guys, I gotta go check something. I'll be back in like 5 or 10 minutes. Please continue without me.
Okay.
Need to go check one of the servers.
Gotcha, man.
Right.
Yeah. I think I got another 24 minutes and then I gotta hop off.
In
Gotcha.
China, it's already having
Gotcha. Well, I don't
problems.
see you. Have a good night, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right.
Planes are really new. This video shows that the passengers had to leave the C919 because they found some mechanical issues before takeoff. And just days before, there was also another post that says the plane had mechanical issues, so again, they had to switch to a different plane. This video shows water that 5,000 people use in a rural village in China.
That's black water.
Yeah.
And this
Bro,
is a
you
village
couldn't
in
boil that shit enough.
No.
northeast. Same thing here. Villagers report their tap water feels puckery and that it smells really bad. And here at nighttime, the local village will dump contaminants into the water. You see the bubbles downstream where thousands of people live.
这就是污水，这就是我们的水源地，我们的稻田用水就是这样子的了。你看这是什么水，我也不知道了。这里
It's like
环境这里臭烘烘的，这个你这个
tangy and it smells bad.
From February this year. So this
I
one
like that. I like that.
Yeah.
It's tangy and it smells bad. No, that's just flavor. That's all it is.
Yep. Liven things up.
Sure it is.
A factory in the nearby town will secretly discharge black sewage into Yangtze River. And
Ew, dude.
This video here is from Hubei province. It also feeds into the Yangtze that has been lasting for more than a year. The local tap water had a foul odor for a long time, and local residents called
Man,
report on it.
what the
Nobody
fuck? That's bullshit. I ain't so much as let even like a milliliter of that shit go into the bay. That's my ass that has to write up the paperwork.
Yep.
These motherfuckers are just dumping straight sewage into the
because
line.
Because we hold ourselves within certain areas accountable.
Not in certain cities.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Pollution is a chemical plant.
Because China's modern glories aren't built with steels, they're built with spines. And they have a huge amount of human resource that are expendable. Like in this video, this young man is worth 13 yuan, or at least that's what he makes the video out to be. He recorded his day as a quote-unquote plowing ox or workhorse. And he works in a factory, 13 yuan an hour. He arrives at the work around 7 a.m. and has lunch about 12, continues to work at 12:30, so he gets half an hour, and then he gets off work at 9 p.m. in the afternoon or in the evening. And he earns just over 100 yuan, so that's about $20 or so. Or you could say that's $2-3 an hour.
No, I'm good with the job I have. Thank you.
Yep.
It's like my job might be smelly. It might be a little dangerous. I might get covered head to toe in gunk, but you know what?
Jeez.
Your boy's getting 20 an hour. Let's go.
I mean, even with mine, I mean 17 an hour, but hell, I have a view of the water. I'm outside, and I enjoy what I do. Plus, I get two free beers after my shift if I want to.
Yeah, man.
Yes.
Oh, that reminds me. Apparently, there's a food truck that my boss is swearing by. They want me to go with them next time the food truck shows up because apparently they have a specials menu and it's all written in Spanish.
There you go.
Do you know which one it is?
Not off the top
No,
of your head.
I don't remember the name.
It's like Don Chino's or Vivi's.
They swear by it though because probably Vivi's. I'm not sure. We'll have to find out on Monday when I go over.
Okay.
Because they swear by it, and the empanadas apparently are.
Okay, yeah.
Go ahead.
I would say Vivi's is a better option. Do not go with Don Cheetos. They cherry pick.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
No, they don't. It's not cherry pick of their foods. They cherry pick their customers. Now I'm giving either discounts or doubling the price.
Jeez.
Damn, son.
I'm not joking. And it's all of us.
Aspect in this video.
Damn. Because I'll give you this quick tangent real quick. Sorry.
Yeah.
4 of our coworkers at Billsborough, they said I got 15% off on my meal. One of them had to pay double price for her meal.
Fuck.
Somebody gave 20%, and then somebody was just paid, normal pricing. 4 of my coworkers paid all different prices.
Damn.
So
sounds like someone's cooking books.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anyways.
All right.
There's also the humiliation aspect. In this video, the applicants are standing in line. They're just soaking in the rain, waiting for the interviews to happen. This is not a job queue. This is a humiliation. They want to create this idea that if you don't do it, others will.
Jeez.
Hey, Smuggalana, let's go.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, that's Parrot 4chan's video.
Which one?
Yeah.
The top one on the left.
Yep.
And then I see
reacting to Parrot
Soviet.
4chan.
This video shows what are
Soviet's on there
because
too.
China's modern glories aren't built with steels. They're built with spines. And they have a huge amount of human resource.
And that water, the black water.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That is black water.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. That is something that if you drink it, you will be sick before you get to the. You will be sick and probably dying before you get to the ER.
Probably.
I remember there was a politician in India that was running for election, and he basically decided to nut up instead of shut up. Went to the Ganges River and said, to prove that the Ganges River is clean, I will scoop out some of the water and drink it in front of y'all. Scoops out the water in a mason jar, drinks it. They immediately have to catch his ass because his legs buckle.
Jeez.
And Immediately take him to the hospital. By the time he gets there, they have to temporarily put him in a drug-induced coma because his body started going into septic shock.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's that. It's not just China that has ridiculous, like, oh, our stuff is this and that and the other. I'm like, you're not the only ones who have fake infrastructure. You're just the ones that we can catch more frequently than others. Like North Korea.
They make it so damn easy too. They keep thinking that everything they're doing, they're going to get away with. All right. Well, my stupid ass is having trouble staying awake now, so
that makes two of us. I think I'll end the stream there.
Yeah, we'll just go ahead and call it here.
Well, I thank you all for joining us on this goofy fun trip. I'll see you all. Mine's going to be Thursday night. Peace.
Oh.